What up, bitch? Head on over to tpublic.com. Head on over to tpublic.com/user/Toby-Davy.
That's gonna kill me.
Head on over to tpublic.com to check out all the shit we just made for you guys. There's a lot. We got fucking t-shirts. What else we got, Toby?
We got masks. We got spinach for your ass. We got Toby Davy shirts, our face emojis. We got pot leaf shirts, loose beats, play dead, D&T shirt.
Yeah, we got everything you want. We got fucking pillows with our faces on them. We got goddamn notebooks, so if you want to fucking take notes and shit, we got those too. They're all over on tpublic.com/user/Toby-Davy. So head on over there and peep the shit, get some shit. Everything's on sale at the moment, so do that. Love you.
That's the ad.
End ad.
End ad. Do those? Can you do those?
No, I don't know how to do the water drop noise with my mouth.
Like,
doop. A little bit of doop. It's immediately off again.
Supposed to smack your cheek. Well, you know, I think we should get those pillows of each other.
Oh yeah, that'd be
and then
great.
when we wake up, see the other.
Well, we need to
right
get like
away.
a fake, or we need to take like a fake mug shot of you. Is what we need to do. It's what we should do.
That'd be pretty creepy. What is up?
What's up, everybody?
Trying this.
Yeah, welcome to the 92nd episode of A Drink and a Joint. The video might be a little off. Hopefully it catches back up at some point. I don't know. We've restarted this thing a few times now, and for some reason it's just lagging. I don't know what's going on with OBS. I don't know if it's my computer or what, but this is what's happening right now. So,
Yeah, we'll see what's up.
Yeah, so
trying to
sorry,
catch up.
but it is what it is. We just wanted to say that we love you guys. Thank you so much for actually getting into the show. We're getting so many more hits now on the YouTube. We're getting so many more people watching, and it's really great. You guys are showing us a lot of love and support, and
Yeah, that's just
we love and support you back, you crazy motherfuckers that sit through this and listen to us ramble at each other.
Yeah, I know. It's just a hang.
Yeah.
That's what my friend always says. The show isn't traditional. It's just like a hang. Feels
Yeah.
like he's sitting with us. So what's up, guy?
Oh, dude, my a friend of the show, my nephew Joseph, has just made captain in the U.S. military.
Oh shit.
He is now Captain.
Yeah, he was
Joseph
on an
Williams.
episode. We had him when he was a lieutenant.
Yep, first lieutenant. Yeah, now he is Capitan.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And just a moment ago when we started, before you said that you thought you saw a spider in your cider. Mm-hmm. First of all, Spider in the Cider. That's a great song title.
Okay.
First off, write a song around that. Spider in the Cider. Do that. Make that happen. But second of all, it reminded me of a story. The other night, I had just gotten done editing a Loose Beats, and I'd come downstairs and gone to bed, and it was probably around 3 o'clock. So I'm laying in bed, and I'm watching a true crime story, like I usually wind down my nights. Something super easy, you know, just listening about
Just
how
murder.
Yeah, just listening about real life murder that happened. Puts me to sleep like a little baby.
I get it.
Listening to just 911 calls made from horrible accidents. But I'm laying there, and then all of a sudden my wife shoots up in bed and says, "Spider, there's a spider." And
Damn.
and I was like, "Whoa, what?" And
Was she asleep?
Yeah, she's dead asleep. Sits straight up in the bed, says, "There's a spider. There's a spider over there. Big spider on the
Spider
wall." And I was like, "What? Excuse me?" And she's like, "It's big spider." And I was like, Are you sure you saw that? Are you sure you weren't just dreaming?" Because she does dream about spiders sometimes.
Oh,
That's like one of her nightmare animals is spiders.
Yeah.
So when she has nightmares, sometimes it'll be like spiders crawling on her or like near her. And I was like, "Are you sure it's a real spider? Because you do dream about a spider sometimes." She's like, "No, just real. No, shut up, big spider,
very real big spider."
Yeah. And it's funny too because when she's like half asleep, she gets kind of mean,
Oh, she
but like
gets
funny
sassy?
mean. She's like, she
No,
kept
shut
telling
up.
me to
I'm
shut
telling-
up. Yeah, she kept telling me to shut. No,
like
shut
that.
up, big spider. Shut up. There's a big spider. Just shut your fucking mouth. There's a big spider. And I was like, I think you were dreaming because you were definitely dead asleep just moments ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't see a spider. And she's like, well, okay. And then she proceeded to like lay the wrong way in bed and go back to sleep because she just kind of fell over and was like laying down the wrong way.
Perpendicular?
Yeah. Just like feet up towards head now. And I was like, do you want to lay back down in the regular spine? Shut up. There's a spider.
Damn.
It's like, there's absolutely no spider. And there was
Shut
no
up.
spider.
There's a spider.
Yeah. Just shut up. Shut your mouth. Spider over there. Don't disturb the spider.
They can hear us.
Yeah. So yeah, and last night, Toby, that was the first time that you and I actually like hung out. Like we didn't do any work. We just kicked it. We just hung out and we watched the live Your Mom's House that aired on to you guys it'll be last Friday. To us it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Because we film these on Saturdays, put them out on Tuesdays. But
No,
but
it was
yeah.
pretty crazy. It was worth it for sure. I think that's the way people are gonna start doing it.
Yeah, which is cool but it wasn't. I don't think it lived up to what people said the first one was like.
Yeah,
I think that they tamed it
first
out a
one was
little
way
bit.
more gross. It sounds like.
Yeah, because like they started out that first one with shooting Hot Wheels into a dude's asshole.
Yeah,
Like in studio, and that's not really what happened in the one that we saw. There wasn't any like not that I was looking for that. Not that I was
wanted
wanting
to see
that.
some assholes, bro.
We definitely saw that though.
Yeah,
We definitely saw plenty of assholes. The big crowning jewel of that live Your Mom's House was a man like vigorously double fisting two dudes' assholes, like up to elbow, like fisting up inside their assholes, and then when he ripped his arms out, their prolapsed anuses would come out with his fists. And
shit
what
was hard
the
to
dude
watch.
did, so because that's your organs. That's
Yeah.
literally the sack that's holding. That's your rectum. Like, so that thing
a
should
lot
not
in
be
there.
outside. Because even Dr. Drew was like, if that's outside for too long, it starts to decay and die. So it cannot be outside of your body for too long because it's supposed to be all up in you.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be. It's your ass. That is your ass. And what this dude. So they would come out as like this big ball of like flesh, and it looks like a giant alien slug coming up out your butt.
Yeah, it was a caterpillar.
Like to the point where it almost didn't look like it was coming out of a person. Almost like it was like that thing was wearing a person suit. But the dude that
Like
was
the
doing the
gerbils that
fisting,
live in the buttholes
Yeah.
in Rick and Morty.
yeah, kind of a lot like that. But the thing that fucked me up the most was when he had the prolapsed assholes out. So this dude is like got these dudes' prolapsed assholes in his hands and is like massaging them and playing with them and like hooking his
That's what I didn't
fingers
like.
down in the asshole part of it. And like
Yeah,
there was one
digging
point
in
where
it.
he was like making them go ass to ass with their prolapsed assholes, and it was just
Oh man, I blacked that part out. I think that's
it was
pretty
fucking rough. It
Yeah.
was rough. Not pretty rough. The most rough. That was the
Yeah.
definition of rough.
And if you're familiar with the show, who they call Ed Asner, they showed his dick at the very first opening thing, and it was amusing.
Well, and like the weird thing was that like it showed this dude jacking off, which like, you know, if you've ever seen porn once, you've seen a dude throttle his hog. And I'm sure if you've got a hog, you've throttled it yourself.
Yeah.
But this guy, he's one of those jerkers where he just pinches his
Pinches
dick
it.
between
Like
his
he's
thumb
11.
and his forefinger and
he's
works it.
60.
Yeah. And like, and it's not like it was so small that was how he had to do it.
Yeah.
Like he could have totally gripped it, which like, guys, if you're out there and you're a guy who's a thumb and forefinger like massager, stop it. Just stop it, because it makes you look like a kid.
Just grow up.
And it doesn't do anything for the look of your dick. Now, if you're able to get in there and you've got enough shaft for you to grab, I say do that and work it from the bottom, so at least it looks a little bit bigger, buddy.
Okay. This is only for the camera.
Yeah.
So when you're by yourself, you can do whatever you want.
Preferably still don't do that, though, because that's still like a weird way to jerk yourself.
Yeah, I had so yeah, story time. when I first learned to jack off, I didn't get taught by anyone.
Yeah.
I had never seen porn, so I did it this way, just on the head.
Oh, okay.
So it was probably more painful than it was because I wasn't even moving the shaft skin really. I was on the head, just like tugging on,
on the head.
Pretty much. Like I was maybe getting a little motion on the skin.
No, I've seen it before where dudes will like be gripping their dick and then like massage the head with their thumb, like do it like that.
I just didn't get what I was supposed to be doing. I guess.
See, I was a floor humper.
Oh,
so I would like hump my hand. No, I was never a couch humper. But when I was I was
the guy who fucked your hand.
No,
like that.
No. What I would do is I would lay on my stomach on the floor, and a lot of people did this when they were kids. The first time I heard about it, like other than me, was in like a Louis C.K.
There was one stand up where he was standing on his back.
He would sit on his friend's butt because the pressure.
Yeah,
because of the pressure of it.
I don't know why, but it's nice.
I was doing that before I even knew what sex was.
Yeah,
like I was young.
You're just having hormones, and you didn't know.
I guess I was just a horny.
So you
would
just rub the bottom of your dick on the floor.
Well, I would lay on my stomach and put my hand on my dick and like basically hump my hand between. But it would basically have my hand between my dick and the ground.
Oh, okay.
And like hump.
So you didn't get any carpet burn.
Right.
It's hard to explain to your mama where you got that rash
Well,
from.
it's weird too because I used to get caught. My dad, because I do this in the
Stop
den.
hopping the floor, Davey.
No, my dad would like knock on the window to the den because it was like
and see you doing
he'd be like, "Stop that! What the fuck are you doing?"
He's got his tongue out listening to White Snake for some reason. It's real weird. Apple in his mouth, tongue out. I don't know how that happened.
Like a hog. Yeah. Like a roasted pig. Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
How did you guys jack off when you were kids? Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, and girls out there, I want to know.
Keep it to yourself.
Keep it to no one needs to know. No, I'm sure. I want to, because girls have some. You're so complicated.
You're somebody's baby girl angel. You don't need to be doing that.
Well, it's more complicated than a dick. And I'm sure it takes years to understand. There've got to be girls that did the bear hugging the tree thing,
or like
just riding on the bike and like, oh shit, something feels funny.
Yeah,
but there's got to be
like
some weird
their
ones.
Pillows and their teddy bears and stuff.
Like hit it with their elbows. There's got to be some strange ones. They're like, I don't know why this is nice.
Yeah, this
but it
works
happened
for
once
me.
on accident. I don't like it. So yeah, everybody was humping furniture. I think I did it. I think I fucked a couch. I probably did that.
Yeah,
I probably just was up against like something about.
Have you ever?
Maybe not raw dogged the couch, but like humped up against it because it was nice, and I was into some.
Did you ever fuck a fleshlight or a pocket pussy?
I never tried that.
No, I never got one either. Never got to do that either.
Too weirded out. They look weird and kind of gross me out.
It is weird, right?
Like I couldn't. You're supposed to
You're supposed to like put warm water in it.
You gotta like take care of it.
Yeah, because you like if you start busting in your pocket pussy and don't clean that thing out,
stuff will grow. There will be a new race of human that comes out, a new alien race,
and fucking that might be better.
Okay. And now we're making a bacteria that's so intelligent that we'd rather just fuck it.
That's almost kind of like the Reddit cum pony. Or the 4chan cum pony, but whatever. It's this nerdy dude who had this They showed it on YMH last night.
Oh.
So it was this dude, because that's an actual thing that's been going on for a while. I knew what that was before they even said what it was.
He came in a jar.
Yeah, he was like, he had this My Little Pony figurine and he put it in a jar and he would cum on it and then keep it on his radiator and it would boil the cum in the jar, and it started like making the pony grow weird shit. But then when we saw it last night, he's done a lot of work on it over the years. So like it's been like 6 years him coming in that jar. Yeah, because he's been boiling it on his radiator. Yeah.
Yeah, sick, man. I don't get it.
It's bad.
It smells like hot cum. It smells like burnt cum.
Yeah, dude. And
that's a different
already one. The smell of cum is already almost unsettling.
They've shown a couple things like that on YMH. They showed a guy vaping his cum. They showed a girl cooking cum in a skillet into a little disc.
Okay.
They've done Ice Cube cum shits.
Okay.
There's a lot of people using
Ice Cube cum shits.
That's when you put the cube up and just spit it out.
Spit it out, that bum. Bummity bum bum.
People are doing creative things out there in the world, you know? That's what it comes down to.
Quarantine has done a lot for the arts.
Well,
I will just say
I bet
that.
it's gotten a lot weirder for those people that were already doing that, especially. But even people that weren't, like people that, especially in the beginning, some teenage kids, like right when they're getting horny, but they can't date, they can't see their friends, they can't go to school, and they're home with their parents.
Yeah.
They can start collecting cum and shit. They start doing weird stuff.
I guess I'm gonna start collecting cum, y'all.
Yeah. Like fuck themselves with toothbrushes, you know, whatever happens.
And dude, okay, so what do you think about that too? Like how normalized it is now for like girls to have an OnlyFans and like fuck themselves on camera for money. Like a lot of like women that would have never done that before are doing that now.
Yeah.
So like, what do you think the ratio is?
Definitely was like a switch and like, well, shit, they didn't have any option, and it wasn't something that in a thriving economy that they would have ever
right to, but now you have these girls that would have never done anything like that that are doing it. So what do you think it is now for like, how do you think that affects like dating lives for people like that? Do you think that like guys are now have to be okay with like filming their girls?
It's very similar about like when social media came out.
Okay.
It's like I think it reigns. It's very similar. Like when dating would change, and you're like, what are you doing posting pics of you in your bikini? And she's like, that's my life. I would put that in a scrapbook. Like that was just what I was doing that day. And like maybe it's become more like that. They're like, that's
why you keep liking all of Dante's photos.
Yeah, like why are you sticking cucumbers up your ass and showing all my friends?
This is my life. I would put this in a scrapbook anyway.
Yeah, maybe it's different. I like that. This is my scrapbook of cucumbers, fucks.
Yeah, that was rough too.
Oh, there's a long cucumber. Oh, there's a bunch of weird shit in that. It's got us on in a weird way today. You know?
Oh yeah, like my wife didn't watch it with us. She didn't come over to watch it, which I'm glad that she didn't have to subject herself to that.
There would have been a few that I don't think that she would have liked.
I think she would have actually been upset with us for
laughing
at it, or being like, what the like, how can you support this kind of thing? Like, especially with
it's just like gross out humor, dark shock humor.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah, it's funny because it's not supposed to be funny.
Because it's so it bothers you. I was like nervous during that thing watching it about what they were gonna show.
Yeah, dude, I think that they're banking on that too.
And when it was done, though, it was all like, oh, like that was pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though it was horrifying things, it's just like maybe we're. Do you think people that need that type of comedy are a little bit numb or like callous to regular humor?
We have to be, dude, because of the things that we've seen and been exposed to. Yes, I think that,
and then that makes you be like, some other people are fucked up too.
Right.
This actually affects me. Like normal jokes do normal people probably.
Well, it's also that it's a desensitization. So we're there's so many things that you and I are desensitized that like we would find like slightly funny.
Well, that's how dating is now.
Yeah. Well, but how?
It's got to be over the top now.
Well, it's got to be weird too. Like it's got to be hard for a guy to go and be like, "Hey, you want to go out?" And she's like, "Yeah, but you got to like you want to hold the camera while I fucking spread my asshole open for my OnlyFans."
It's more common than it used to be. I mean,
yeah, but
dude,
it's
got porn stars always had boyfriends.
Right, I understand that, but we're talking about like these are regular,
more common.
It is people like I bet you,
and they're not even porn stars.
I bet you like
to that level.
I'm gonna say 3 out of 5 women probably have an OnlyFans.
Yeah, something like that.
Which is
not
crazy.
All of them are fucking themselves.
No,
there's
I understand
also like
that.
New music. They put up videos, dance videos. You can do literally anything. Like
right,
our
it's
friend
for
Zach
your
has
fans.
an OnlyFans. He puts up beats every day.
I bet he's putting up feet stuff.
Assholes? You think he's showing his asshole?
I think he's putting up
That's
feet
not
stuff.
What OnlyFans
I said
is
feet
for.
stuff. You said asshole stuff.
Would you even say? I don't even know if I would guess 60% is porn.
Okay.
On OnlyFans, like it's a platform.
What I'm saying is
Facebook is half porn.
I'm talking about like how difficult it is for a like. What I'm saying is specifically for the porn ones. The like it's got to be difficult for a guy to like
3 out of 5
get
have an OnlyFans. I was like, yes, but not all for porn.
Yeah, most of it.
But no, not most of OnlyFans is porn. Is what I'm saying. So most girls that have it aren't doing porn.
A lot of it though.
How do you know? Why are you just talking like that? Like it's another platform that you pay.
Well,
It's
I know,
like a
but
Patreon,
people are just using
like
it for that. I understand. I
But
understand that
again,
it's just you can
like
upload
me
whatever
and Zena
content.
scrolling through Facebook,
Yeah.
looking at friends from our high school. It's all ass pics. Click here, pay so and so for tit pics on fucking Facebook on the page.
Yeah.
Everyone from high school. So it's not only it's literally probably 60% of all platforms is porn, right? I mean,
But now
Facebook
it's just
isn't a
what I'm
family thing,
saying
it's
is
just
that
so
it's
you-
now coming more into the mainstream. Like it's
yeah,
it's
porn
weird
in
how
general.
we haven't necessarily desensitized. No, we haven't desexualized. I think we're desensitizing instead of desexualizing. Does that make sense? Because there are countries where, like, you know, they have.
Yeah, well, we shouldn't desexualize. That's how they oppress people, right?
No, I don't see it in a negative way. I'm talking about desexualizing as in like we stop looking at it we stop looking at each other as sexual objects.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that we still can't be physically attracted to people. That doesn't mean that we still can't have sex. You know what I mean?
Isn't that the idea of like covering up burqas and shit? And the idea is to make it to where you don't think about sex when you look at them, to make it not tempting, you know?
Yeah. But I'm just talking about, you know, in like Latin countries or some European countries, like they'll have like
Make it sexy, is that what you're saying?
But no, it's not even like that. Like women can walk around topless. You've got the nude beaches.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
got like, because they're desexualized. It's not a thing of like they're worried about somebody coming
They're
up
not
and fucking them.
You're saying they're not desensitized, they're desexualized by having
Right.
a topless beach.
Well, it's more along the lines of like the culture has come to view the body not as
There's that one old guy jerking it over in a hole in the ground on the beach, but again, most people are there to enjoy the beach.
Right.
That's like saying everyone goes to OnlyFans for porn. Everyone goes to the beach to see titties. Once it's normal, then it's just another right. So I see what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is like I want to get to that point too, because like that would also change a lot of the ways that
Wouldn't
we
OnlyFans
view
do
sex.
that then?
That would change.
Wouldn't OnlyFans do the same thing as the topless beach? Because like the more you see your friends and family's titties and shit, it's like when you go to the beach and all of a sudden they're not sexual beings, they're just a woman.
Right.
You know,
It's
so that
just
would
a
happen
person.
with the same thing. If you're going to high school, all your friends are on OnlyFans, guys and girls. You've seen everybody's genitals.
Yeah.
It like kind of makes it more like you're not thinking about what their tits look like.
Right.
You know what their tits look like. So maybe I'll learn if I like the same books that they do
Yeah.
or something now, because I know what their tits look like.
Well, So
maybe it is. I don't know.
And there's like, and it's a very American saying that like, you know, sex is a huge part of a relationship. You know,
Yeah.
and it is, but if you can take that part out of it, you really get to find your common ground and you really get to know each other. Like
No,
on
yeah,
an
it's
actual,
not everything. You have to get along.
right? But you gotta understand where like normal people are, normies. You know, like normie. A lot of people think about sex a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'd wager and say most people.
Through certain ages, especially.
Yeah, like most people are
Hormonal
thinking about
ages,
sex.
I mean,
a lot
yeah.
of the time.
like I think my worst years were probably pretty early.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like most people's years are probably like 15 to 23,
Yeah.
something like that. I feel like mine were more like 13 to 19 or
Yeah.
something like.
Yeah, I could see that, especially for American boys. I'm pretty sure that's a really good range because women
Yeah.
hit their sexual peak later. Men as soon as their balls drop, they're like, "Let me
Just get
stick it in
overly
something."
excited and then kind of wear ourselves out over time about how much we can have the capacity to think about it. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because it's like every other thought when you're
Yeah.
younger. It's
And then eventually, you're just like, I just want to like have a coffee
yeah.
or whatever, like, you know. But I was gonna say just want to play a video game, and then instantly my mind went Lara Croft. I was like, damn it, because I played that video game a little extra long, probably because her ass was out all the time.
Yeah.
No, I mean she had a nice little 8-bit booty.
Yeah. And those like those
Pointy tits
triangle
originally,
boobs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those were weird.
Triangle boobies on my Lara Croft avatar. Yeah, you guys didn't know you were signing up for the sex talk today.
Oh yeah, this is weird.
Sex morals.
We're discussing the I wanted to say the bathing apes, but those are some shoes.
The bathing apes.
What do they look like? I was thinking about that earlier because I was listening to some old song, and they mentioned wearing the bathing apes. Look up some bathing apes for me.
Some bathing apes.
But that's what we are, man.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of bathing apes. But isn't it phonetically like really pleasing to say bathing apes? Because it doesn't quite sound right.
It's a bathing ape. A bathing ape is a Japanese fashion brand founded by Nigo in Harajuku
But bathing
in
apes are the
1993.
products, right? You know. Yeah. Bathing ape. That first one, 10 grand.
Okay.
For some bathing apes with a star on it. Bike detail ones. Are all those are Balenciagas there, but
okay, so I see what they are. I know these shoes. They're like Nike ripoffs.
They look like comic style. The really bright colors and the star.
They're definitely some fucking. Those are Air Force One ripoffs, right?
Yeah, they look exactly like some of them look exactly like Air Force Ones.
Yeah, so I think
just a little. They got thicker soles and a little different shape.
Okay, but yeah, I definitely remember these. I didn't know that they were called bathing apes, though. That's fucking strange to me.
How much are they normally? Because I don't think all of them are fucking 10 grand.
You got you got some that are 109.
Those aren't.
I know. Okay, so you got 235 right here.
550. Wait, that's not as easy. Yeah.
Right there.
Okay.
235, 387.
Kids. That's a kid's shoe too.
307.
So yeah, they're probably the cheaper ones, few $100, more expensive ones in the thousands.
Yeah.
I love that name though.
Bathing ape. A bathing ape. A bathing ape. It's weird to me.
Some bathing apes. What song was that?
Do I have to look up bathing ape song?
It was like, wasn't a Nelly.
Soldier Boy.
It may have
Soldier
been some
Boy, bathing
fucking
apes.
Soldier Boy. It was on the radio. It was just
Bapes. I got me some bathing apes. That's literally what you said, right?
Some bathing apes.
Yeah.
I think that is fucking Soldier Boy.
And to keep us from getting a copyright strike this week, I just don't want to have to deal with one.
Play it for 5 seconds.
I can do that. I can do it for 15 seconds.
Okay. And because then what does that mean? Because it's not long enough to get into it or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Babes.
What you get, Soldier Boy? Man, I got me some bathing apes. I got me some bathing apes.
It wasn't this. I do remember this, though. I did say it.
I got me some bathing apes.
Okay, so. All right, that's good.
13 seconds. All right, you get it now. So he got him some bathing apes.
It wasn't that, though. I think it was some Soldier Boy where he referenced this song and just said, I got me some bathing. It was in a rhyme.
Okay.
You watch me bathe in it now.
Yeah.
He just does that with everything. Has he done anything?
Now crank that bathing ape.
Since like, the
shitty video game thing that he did when he came out, when he just bought Japanese versions of shitty gaming consoles and put his name on them.
Oh,
did you know he did that?
I don't know. I don't remember any videos.
No, he's a Soldier Boy.
Tell him. Last name, tell him.
Yeah, no, Soldier Boy. So he had the Soldier Boy console, which is just like a cheap.
Oh, what?
But it's a cheap Japanese or Chinese like console that just like has a bunch of old games loaded into it.
But it would play PlayStation, PC, Game Boy.
Yeah.
What? Or was it no? Said it's capable of running all of the how?
Yeah, it had 800 games pre-installed into the console, and I don't think you can put more onto it. I don't remember. But you had people like that would get it.
They put it on there,
and it's just a cheap thing. And he also had like a Game Boy, but he didn't call it the Soldier Boy.
Oh, damn!
He didn't call it the Soldier Boy.
Would that have pushed it over?
It would. Yeah, man, that would have made people.
So did he see what happened here? Because he made up a dance. He had some really hot songs that were catchy.
Red Fire. These
and
songs.
Like hit to a point, and then made some bad decisions about his music and his money and career. It seems like and so
because he was like, "Ain't nobody gonna find out these are cheap Chinese consoles," and then immediately people were like, "These are cheap ass Chinese consoles."
Was it just
Wish.
not fun? There was no point. They didn't last.
They weren't. It wasn't a real console. It's just an emulator for old games. It's not.
Okay, you can't get new games.
Yeah,
they probably
it is
didn't
not like a real.
that.
So at that point, it's nothing. It is literally
yeah.
nothing. It's not like it's going to contend with PS5.
Yeah, see,
have you seen the PS5?
Be different if it was like the Travis Scott console, and you could play. And he put out other games. You know, like when they say it's on Xbox and PS4, be on TSC.
Yeah.
You know, if someone did like that, and made deals with game companies and stuff, you know, like they could make it work now.
Have you seen the PS5 yet?
I've seen people making fun of it.
Yeah, what do you think
Looking
about the look?
like a air conditioner
Yeah, I could see that.
from the front.
Yeah.
And what else? Looking like an air purifier.
See, I like the look though. I think it's cool looking.
It's different. I like it from the side. It's kind of fancy.
Yeah. Are you going to go with the
controllers
disc
don't look
version or the
great.
digital version? The digital version is going to be cheaper.
Okay. So
I think this one's
maybe
going to be.
the
I think
controller would be fine, but it doesn't look
Yeah.
exactly. I loved that you could see. I don't know why, but the look of where you could see its little boobs.
Yeah, you like
You
the
know?
little boobs?
Where you,
It's still got little boobs.
no, but they'd poke on the bottom. I
Yeah,
mean,
they would come out.
yeah.
Like a little. Yeah.
and I guess it looks a little sleeker.
Yeah. So you like this.
Like the
you like that. You like the boob.
But no, it's got a little.
I bet it's going to feel great.
Huh.
I bet
Yeah,
the feel of it.
but
I'm glad that it didn't look like that.
cooling system. Oh, is that inside of it or something?
Oh, it's a docking station for it. Cool.
No way.
Cool.
What? You charged the thing?
I think you can slide it in there to like cool it down.
Oh, to cool it so you can play for days and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant docking system for charging.
Well, that's neat. I don't know though, because like I was just about to get a PS4.
It looks like it's got a fancy popped collar.
Yeah, right.
You notice that? Like, it looks like.
And
cool.
the new Xbox is just gonna be. It's just a box.
Yeah,
it's literally just a box.
That one's fucking horrible.
Well, it's like a computer tower.
Yeah,
because now they're not even trying to make
pretty
it
boring.
look. They're not even trying to make them look like consoles anymore. They're just like, it's a computer, because that's what they've always been. It's always just been a computer.
We lied. Do you think it's like, I don't know. I guess they thought the simplicity of it.
And it being a box, Xbox.
Yeah. Well, it's a rectangle.
Right.
Boxes can be rectangular.
Yes, they can, Toby.
I'm just overthinking it.
Yep.
It's not a cube. See, the game Cube. That's
was,
what I was
but
thinking.
it was
What
a
is
cube.
Yeah.
It absolutely was.
But that one was
they
boring
nailed
looking
it
too.
It was.
That one didn't have any style either. You know, see, something like that would have been cool.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the look of that.
It's curved around. See, it looks like a DVR or a cable box.
Yeah, almost, and it could
kinda
blend
liked it.
in,
and it could stick with your shit. Yeah.
It almost looks like that was.
I like that.
But it's with the new controller, so that almost might have been what it
says,
looked like.
Yeah, and then they changed because it said the date is leaked. So that must have been one of their prototypes before.
Yeah.
That's a little much now that I see it standing up.
Yeah, you think it's a little much?
But laying down something like that would be
You like that one?
I mean, what does that look like laying? That just seems weird. Doesn't seem like it'd lay right or something.
Oh yeah, because PS5 is gonna
Spider-Man.
exclusively put out the Miles Morales like DLC for the Spider-Man game.
I think it's lame to get because they always offer those deals to get bundles, but your whole console and everything looks like that game. It's kind of lame because you're gonna get tired of that game,
Right.
Years.
The only one that I liked that they did was when they did the Destiny one, they came out with a white PS4, and I thought that shit looked crisp.
It didn't have a bunch of branding on it.
No, it was just white, and I liked
And
that.
even Spider-Man, you could just like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So that one's an okay one.
Yeah.
But like Call of Duty Modern Warfare version, it says it on there. It's like you're gonna be tired of that.
Because honestly, the only reason I'm gonna get one is to pretty much just play Call of Duty.
Okay.
So I mean,
I'll get back into it and play with you, bro.
but see, what am I gonna do? Do I buy the PS5 or do I get the PS4?
No,
Because
just
the PS4s are gonna be cheap now.
Yeah, you could probably wait a little bit and get the PS5.
Well, I
Because
think
then it's gonna get to
the
where like you
all-digital
can't play
one-
all the new games on the PS4 really
Yeah.
quick. Like the brand new games are going to be the best, and they're going to eventually surpass what it can handle, just like PS4 did with 3.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so it's gonna be 400.
400?
400 for the
400,
digital
and then
one.
you wait a couple months and get it on a eBay thing. You could probably get it for $250.
Maybe, but like, dude, See, I don't know. I mean, but see, that's probably the lowest spec one. So that's probably like a 500 gig instead of the 1 terabyte.
Maybe something.
So the
like
1
that,
terabyte is, and then
they'll probably start with the terabyte on this one because I think they did 500 on the PS4.
Yeah, I think yours is a 500.
Yeah, and so I think they'll probably start with the terabyte and then go to 3 or 5.
Ooh, I bet, because especially now, like with the graphics upgrade, it's going to take up a lot more space.
Yeah,
because they're probably going to make an
games
8K.
will fill that shit up a lot quicker than you think. They're gigs and gigs, and like,
oh yeah.
If you just get it for a game or two, it's fine. But if you like trying out all the new games, and even to get the disc ones, you still have to upload the shit on there and take.
Oh yeah, dude. Think about the fucking YouTubers that just
Red
play
Dead
video
was
games.
Crazy. Red Dead was, you had to use 2 discs, a download, and it took me like a day and a half or some shit to get the full the online maps, the thing, just the full package.
Well, yeah, because like all that stuff is just memory.
Slow,
it's all just memory, and like it is cool that you can hook up like external hard drives to it. Like you can go get a 2 terabyte hard drive for like $60 and keep all your shit on that.
Yeah,
you know, and it can keep your PlayStation clean of stuff so it runs better. So it's always better to offload shit onto a hard drive and keep your machine clean.
That's pretty good thought.
Because that's what I do with all our video stuff. So once I get a video uploaded,
they have to. Yeah, well, they probably try to make you buy certain brands. There probably not too many brands are allowed to make one for.
Yeah, well, I think that what's the WD? The people we both have their hard drives.
They have a PlayStation.
Yeah, they have a PlayStation one.
See, that'd be the move right there, and you could get the cheap one. Like, I mean, the process. It's gonna be able to run all the games. It's not gonna be. It's built for that.
But see, I wanted the PlayStation Pro, the PS4 Pro, just because it's 4K. I like playing. I like 4K. I have a 4K TV.
So do you think they start at 4K? You think that's the?
See, I don't know how they're gonna do it.
What's 39? Oh, it's like that's in a different. I was like 39,000.
Yeah,
that's the top. That's in a different.
It doesn't. I don't even think it says on the box here. That's a 814 gig. Is that what that says?
845.
That's a stupid number.
Adaptive triggers. What does that mean? They're adaptive.
845 gigs. That's weird, man. And it doesn't say that it's 4K, so it's probably 1080p, and I don't like that because now they're starting
as PS5 4K. They have to. I feel like that's like would be the winner for them.
Yeah,
they would beat out Xbox pretty much if their base model had the possibility of 4K.
Yeah, well, let's just check out their specs. Okay.
3 gigahertz in the CPU. It's gotta be. This is a bad page.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Baby, it's Google and just looking for
It's true. I am.
Do another one. We should have our versions. Just rip off everyone.
Yeah, man.
Specs. But they're gonna try to write a story about it.
Yeah, I don't want a story. I just want.
Go ahead. It says specs.
Motherfucker, that is not the one I clicked on. Okay, so it is 4K. It can go up to 4K.
Okay. So the 1080p was PS4. They had to step it up. Damn, they've gone up like perfectly every time. They're just like, we give you the standard that we've worked out.
Yeah, well, I love that it's gonna have the processing is gonna be 32 to 64
gigs.
That's a
huge jump from 8.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. That's amazing. Because my fucking laptop is 16.
I don't like gigaflops.
No, floppy gig.
So okay, that's sweet. So they are fake.
So dude, 4K. At that point, dude, we should go halvesies on a PS5.
Yeah, dude, and then do a gaming thing.
Would you guys ever be into us doing gaming stuff again?
I don't think we're that fun of gamers.
We're not good at games. No, we're not good at gaming.
But maybe that's funny.
I don't know. Maybe you guys would
just want to play video games. I'm looking for a reason.
Maybe we just want to get paid to play video games.
Yeah, or just have an excuse for playing video games even, you know?
Dude, because I haven't played a video game since the last time we did one of our streams, which was over a year ago.
I love that we look at it like, oh, it'd be really nice to make money playing video. Those dudes are like stressed the fuck out, and like working hard.
Yeah. So, and they also sit and stream for hours and hours and hours at a time.
That's the hardest part of being a gamer. It's got to be the time devotion,
the numbness of your ass.
Let's sit in front of a computer for 8 hours.
It's true.
So like maybe we kind of understand.
Yeah. But then they also edit those down, you know, like they'll chop up their stream into different videos and add graphics and shit. And
they're hard workers, bro. The big ones.
But it is all they do. So if it was the only thing we were doing, it might work out because those dudes aren't also doing videos and podcasts and.
Well, I would want to. I guess we'd have to find a niche, you know.
I think we found our niche.
Well, with the gaming thing, so it's like there's always one dead animal in frame. You have to find it. There's a ball out every once in a while.
Oh yeah, we always have a ball out. We're always out of frame. It's always out of frame, but it's always out. Like Robert Paul Champagne, just pantless.
Okay,
pantless the whole time.
Pantless bros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So well, you guys just let us know if you'd ever.
Let us know if you want to see it.
No, if you'd ever want to watch us do like gaming streams again, let us know and we'll look into it. Because I am kind of excited to see what it looks like, even. Just like what the graphics look like and what it's going to be about.
It'll look good.
And what all you can do with it. Because I really want to play. Yeah, dude, just to see what Call of Duty would look like on it. I was really
expecting this to be more to step it up in some more virtual ways and stuff. Like I was expecting PS5 to have one come with the virtual reality.
Yeah,
because they have the thing you can adapt that you can sync up with your PS4.
Right.
But I was assuming PS5 would be kind of revolving around that. I thought we were ahead enough, but maybe we're not, because we can't really have those Call of Duty games and stuff in that format yet. I don't think I don't think we can make them look that good.
But see, I think that might be an option with this. You might be able to like wear your headset and still like play with the controller
or like most of the games.
Yeah,
maybe that'll be like an option on the back. Like, oh well, they already do that. Yeah. VR capable,
right?
So I guess they may be stepping that up too. Then I don't know.
So the games that come out can also be used as like VR. You know, that'd be really
cool. While you're playing, you can look around, be paranoid as fuck.
Yeah, dude. But like, I don't like the thing of like actually having to like turn around all the way to.
I don't know why I keep wanting stupid shit that's pointless, and I know it's pointless. Like smell,
like what? Oh,
smell and like feeling.
Oh, just like ethereal feelings, not like actual feeling, but like sad.
Oh no, that's back to our box of moods.
Emotions on you.
If I could have a thing that hook on, it'd be the same thing as the box of drugs. So I mean, yeah, that'd be sweet too. But that's more Elon Musk style. He's figuring that shit out.
Yeah. We'll leave that to Elon. Does he his goat
or his hog that he hooked up to it? We'll watch that in a second. But so I'm looking for smell and feel. Do you know that wait first?
Yeah.
Look up this. You're already clicking it.
I can open another tab. Calm down. I'm preparing. You don't even have to worry about what I'm doing right here. What do you want me to look up?
The suit, the VR suit that you can feel air.
Haptic.
Let me see it, because I don't think that's it. Is it a full body? Oh, it does kind of look full body there.
The Tesla suit. It's a haptic VR.
That looks like the one I saw. The one I saw was more scaly, but it may have been a little older. This may be a little sleeker look. But see, I don't think this is it, because there's a lot of fabric. And the other one, so, it could make you feel like a punch. Like if you got hit in the chest, you would feel the hit of the punch. Bullet shots would just be little pressure points that it's into you. Wow. But there was one that could feel the air moving on your arm.
Yeah.
It could make the sensation of air moving.
It seems like this is like right up in that alley.
Because that one was like, I don't know how, it would have had to have something to do like where it had nerve shocking things on certain frequencies.
This
or
is
something.
electrostimulation, though.
So yeah, that may be.
So not air, but electricity.
Well, no,
like
I don't think it'd be
little...
actual, but it could feel like air.
Okay, so it just stimulates you to
in
that
such
point.
a way, cold enough and in the right frequency and just light enough.
Yeah.
So I guess it feels like air. Because it wasn't like vents in it, right? So it was somehow stimulated. Maybe this is like the next generation of that.
That's cool. I bet it's expensive as fuck.
I was expecting some more shit like that, and the smell one's pointless.
Yeah.
But don't you think it'd be cool? Be like on an underwater thing and it like smell like the ocean?
You drown, Toby. You can't be underwater and smelling. It smells like the ocean down here.
Funny, but there's still a scent like that you can smell in your skin, and like there's other
while you're underwater.
Yeah, dude, you
don't
know what I'm talking about.
Underwater.
You can't smell when you're underwater. Smell is a sense that also happens in your
get
skin.
Down
don't
there
you think?
And just fill your lungs up with that fresh
You don't think you can
seawater.
smell with your skin, bro?
Are you trying to fight me on skin smelling right now?
Yeah, dude. So it's the same thing as like if you can spill certain things on your skin and like taste them. You know, because it gets into your bloodstream.
Listen to your blood.
So maybe it gets into your bloodstream and that runs past your smell receptors. And so you can smell through your skin in a way.
Smell receptors.
Yeah. So you had to take the one thing I said wrong because you knew I proved you wrong.
Well, no, because it's funny to me. I like how you
like
said
that I
smell
fucked up
receptors.
when I was busting your ass on some shit.
You did. You dropped some truth bombs on me. You fucked me up with some truth.
Yeah, so you can smell underwater.
Sure.
Go home and try it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna try to smell underwater real good.
They go, but don't think too hard about it.
Don't. Just don't think too hard about it. I agree with you.
Good.
You never want to think too hard about things because if you do that, you're gonna hurt your little brain, and you're gonna start crying. Don't cry.
I'm crying right now.
Stop crying, Toby.
It's a sad
Stop
day.
being a little bitch.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg,
dude.
She's dead, right? Is that
yeah, she died. Yeah, at the age of
I don't
89.
know anything about her,
she was
so.
90 fucking years old. So like, everybody, calm the fuck down.
I don't know anything about her, but
she was the first. I'm pretty sure she was the first female in the Supreme Court.
Oh, okay.
The first female Supreme Court judge. I think. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong.
Pioneer of sorts.
No, Sandra Day O'Connor. Okay.
That name rings a bell as well.
Yeah.
I just don't know anything about government shit.
Okay, so maybe Ruth was the second or third, maybe.
Sure.
But yeah, so RBG, she passed away at the ripe old age of fucking 89.
Yeah, that's a long.
She had good innings.
Life,
she had good
man.
innings. It's a long way to go. And she basically was a Supreme Court judge up until fucking 2-3 years ago. But I think was when she started getting sick and kind of dipped out.
Damn, in your 80s?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, some people definitely can hold it together, but I mean, they have to get some tests and shit once you hit 80, right?
And like, but there are a lot of people I saw on Instagram today just being like, "You don't even know how sad I am right now that Ruth Bader Ginsburg has died," and it's a lot of women that are just like, "She was my hero," and it's like, I don't think that's true. I mean,
even if it was, everybody dies.
Yeah. So, but it's such a political time right now that everybody wants to think everything has a political reason and purpose behind it. Yeah. So now people are just spinning her death into like, well, this is why you've got to vote for Joe Biden. You got to vote for real change. It's what Ruth would have wanted. Blah blah blah. It's like everything's got to be a fucking a playing card now.
I was talking about the other day how like one of my this kind of brings me into a thought I want to talk to you about, but one of my thoughts the other day was that like the government and people will let you believe things, especially recently they'll let you believe wild things just to bring popularity back to the government.
Yeah,
because I was just thinking about how boring government was for like 50 years. There was no generation of teens and early 20s that were even semi-interested.
Right.
And that hasn't happened in 50 years. And now there's like teenagers like that have political issues and political views and,
yeah.
And so I almost feel like they don't hush that shit up because they're like, shit, people are showing up and being more proactive than ever.
Yeah.
And they're just, using it as a just to get better ratings, right? They're trying to get more people watching. Like, whether you love or hate Trump, I think his views are undisputed, right? Like, I don't think people used to watch, because now you watch it because it's funny, or you like
You're just
him,
like, you're hanging on the edge of your seat of like what
you're
he'll
waiting,
say.
seeing if something will fuck up, or like, I just think that brought popularity back. And I think they're going to keep doing that with like, I think there's going to be more and more scandal.
I think it started with
talk,
Bush Jr. I think was when things really started
because he was
divided.
Funny.
Well, and you had people
that
you had the Democrats that were like, he is fucking, he's basically, he's got like a child's intelligence, and like he's running the country. People were really worried about that, and then
but it made people watch. That started bringing some views back.
And then you had Obama. Then you had the first black president.
Yeah, which was noteworthy, something to watch. And then you had Celebrity. And so, like, they got to keep it. I think it's a weird move. But again, that's why I thought Kanye should have been president, is because, like that may have done the very thing that we want, is to get people actually involved in politics that are young and have a say, you know?
And can actually make like a substantial change. Like, so if Kanye was to ever become president, shit would change real fucking fast.
The point I'm
For better or
making is
worse,
that, like,
I don't know.
16-year-olds all of a sudden would be like, well, what? Eventually, would be like, yeah, Kanye's president. Well, what does he believe?
Right.
What do I disagree about with him? And then they'd be involved in politics at 15, 16 years old. Like, in a weird way, is a good thing.
But is that something we want?
For kids to but that's just being involved and getting forming an opinion
right
at an early age is a good thing, I would think. I mean, there's taking away the innocence thing maybe of that, but it's also like the world they're gonna grow up in.
Yeah.
And so getting them involved early is not a bad idea. But so from watching, on that note, from watching or listening to Time Suck, that I made Davey listen to, the Mandela Effect one, was kind of where my mind was about,
Toby.
like...
Mandela.
What'd I say?
Mandala.
Mandala are those Hindu things, yeah. Is that a Mandela Effect in itself? The fact that I thought it's always been Mandela Effect.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's your definition right there.
Bitch. Fuck out of here.
The thing that was coming to mind was he was talking about a lot of mass hysteria, a lot of satanic panic stuff, to where it was kind of in the it was so popular to people because it was like the thing that Christians feared the most.
Right.
That they used it as a media tactic. There was like general fear about it, and so all the police started pushing it and forming memories in people's minds and stuff. Like, he was talking about that one with the big popular Michelle Remembers or some shit. It was something like that.
Yeah.
And it was about a girl who like vividly remembers being tortured by satanic cults and all this shit, and like and there was like a bunch of people put in jail for life and all this stuff for touching kids and like torturing kids, eating children, shit like that. There's a bunch of different charges like that. And then they were in jail. Some of them were in jail like 20 to 40 years. And then it was found out that they were from recovered memories. So it was through reversion therapy and shit that these people even remembered these satanic cults. And it was found out later that they didn't exist. They were not involved in it. And this happened a lot in the 80s, was a big satanic panic time. It happens like every 20 to 40 years to where like the whole world gets afraid of the evil spirit, the dark side of what they believe. Yeah. And then they start filtering it into information and into people's minds. And again, memory's so fragile that like if you have like I have a problem with numbers. Yeah. Like I'll see something and I'll just find a connection to it for a paranoid theory or something, and I do that all day, and I really have to stop myself because I get carried away.
So you find relevance in numbers?
Yeah.
So is it
I
like
seem to do that.
numerology? Like you actually like count out like
Some of them will add together to mean things, and I'll always find some connection.
yeah, like the numbers
with numbers
7
or time or stuff
or
like that.
11.
Yeah, there's a lot that I love, and I do. There's a few I love, but
Isn't it like 42 or is it 24?
like 42 and 11,
Okay.
but 42 because it's the answer to the universe,
And everything in it. Yeah.
and 11 because of the 11th palette of what's it called? I forget it now. Brahma or whatever. It's the 11th palette of consciousness.
Yeah.
And it's the transcendental one. So those together, I'm like, that must be important. And I find those and things.
So what happens when you see a 53?
A 53?
That's 42 and 11, dog.
Yeah, that one doesn't bother me.
Okay.
I wouldn't think that they would be. I don't know.
Now you're gonna start noticing 53, and you're gonna be like, "It's everywhere. Why did I do this?"
Well, yeah. See, that's the problem with that. That kind of putting that. Shit. What is it called? Putting that. What do they call it when they have something behind what they're saying?
Subtext,
No.
subliminal,
No.
something behind what they're
That
saying.
sentiment. I don't know. But when they start putting that thought out there, I think it but I think that's a lot of what's going on. So my new theory is actually somewhat positive in the end, because like from looking at that and from looking at like where this happens a lot, where things get a little blown out of proportion because a few people are finally brought to justice.
Yeah.
Especially in times like that. And also when there's any kind of reward for it. And socially right now, there's totally a reward for that. So like, I just had the thought, I was like, what if there's like a Jeffrey Epstein and there's like 10 of them. They probably don't know each other. They might have a few friends each that they do fucked up things with.
Yeah.
And that's it. And there's not some huge worldwide cult and shit like that. Like when again, he brought up in a few different episodes that he's looked into extensively and has never been proven once. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, there's some validity to the thought of a lot of what's going on could be a lot of mass hysteria.
Yeah.
Like there could be some people coming out and coming to justice. But then again, it's like, see, I don't know well enough to say, and I don't, if these things are true or aren't true, I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I'm just trying to think of a thought. So like Prince Andrew, he was accused of all those things. Like what if through reversion therapy and what if pressure by friends and a societal boost, like actually form this memory in her mind, like simple things like that. There are a lot of cases of that.
Oh, you're talking about the lady that said she was
I don't
pimped
know.
out to him?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, there's photo evidence that they knew each other. There's photo evidence of them being together. Now,
well, see, again, I'm not denying that there's perverts out there, but I'm denying that there's some big universal cult, that there's like, I really don't think it's that fantastical. Like, I really think it's a lot more boring than that. It's a few guys passing around nudie pics that they shouldn't have and getting to nefarious shit. And those people are fucked up. But I think that there's a possibility that we're doing that same thing, that satanic panic thing.
Yeah, it's true.
And creating these crazy ideals that have never once been proven anyone ever to exist. And we're creating this thing in our head and calling out people that don't deserve it, running their lives.
Well,
eventually, what if people start going to jail like in the 80s?
Right.
For that long, and then finding out that it was in someone's head or that it wasn't,
But you also got to think too that there's also those people are also they're rich as fuck, and money makes the world go round. So like it is proven that there are secret societies. There are
how far do
the
you go with
wealthy
that,
and elites do convene together in secret. They do. There's Bohemian Grove. We have footage like before Alex Jones lost his fucking mind. Like he snuck onto Bohemian Grove and filmed their sacrifice.
Now see,
like that's a real thing that happens. People do that. They get together and like
that is a first of all, there's cults of every religion that do shit like that. It's always made satanic because it's sounds better in the press.
Why? But it's not even necessarily that it's,
are some old weird cult pagan shit.
It's pagan shit. It's not. I wouldn't even say it's like satanic. I'd say it's pagan.
But it's kind of old is why people hate it, because that's just what people did at a certain point. You know, it was very common to do those things.
But so why is
it's like outdated?
But so why is it crazy to think that people
know.
have continued to do it?
That's what I'm saying. Is why people hate it so much, because it's deemed inhumane to animals and stuff and like,
people.
But see, even the people thing, like that's something that's. I just don't see it like you do, but not that.
I just don't want you to damn something that, like, again, we don't have. We've never seen anything concrete one way or the other.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough proof to say there's like a bunch of people sacrificing.
Now, see, I don't know if it's a bunch of people. I think
I would bet that there'd be a small group of people that are just fucking crazy.
As far as like I don't know about. I know that there are people who eat people. I know that there are like, quite a few celebrities are pedophiles. I don't think that every celebrity is a pedophile.
Yeah, that's where it's getting though.
It's
getting
of
to
them
the point
are.
to where like people started on LeBron James for saying I haven't had you said that one to me. They hadn't had a pizza party in a long time. Like he has kids and goes to pizza parties, you know, like, and people freaked out when he said that, and like. Little stuff like that I think is just infecting our culture of people just over-examining things and finding connections in their heads, just like I do with the numbers.
I want people to think for themselves, but like you have to be
questioning
discerning.
Things and paranoia are different, right?
And making decisions, making judgments without facts.
That's like finding the numbers connections.
Difficult, yeah. But it's like you still have to keep an open mind. Think something crazy. Think it crazy. Like, dude, if you. I encourage you to think and believe things that are bigger than what reality is, but still remember that reality exists.
Consider them.
No. I think
you think it's okay to believe.
What, dude? Okay. Any religion is believing something fantastical that probably isn't reality. But you have to have hope for things like that.
So I wouldn't advise belief based on fantasy.
It's a lot more fun and a lot easier to get through existence and to get through life if
there's a story to it.
Yeah, dude, if you can be entertained by something, if there's a meaning, or if there's something exciting happening, or if something just seems bigger. If it seems bigger, because that's why we created poetry. That's why we created any form of media, is to get out of how boring reality really is.
Dude, we'd be bad cult leaders because we'd end up arguing and then be like, well, I just don't know what to believe anymore. And then we're like, exactly.
Good job.
We got
and they're like, I'm out of here. And we're like, good.
That's what we wanted the whole time. And we
go spread our gospel.
You guys are mind fucking. Yeah. They go spread the confusion.
Yeah.
But see, I'm definitely more on the idea of like, I think we can't, I'm not saying to stop looking. Like, we still need to be looking into everything and uncovering things, but I think especially now, man, that psycho connecting dots where I get really bad, really easily, you know, I think is not where I need to be, or the nation needs to be, the world.
It's like the world is just opening up now too, because the world used to be very cut off. You know what I mean? Before we got the internet, it was just like everything was a lot more central.
To say something.
Well, that and you know, people were able to get away with shit. People were able to hide shit a lot easier. So like, even you listen to Time Suck. You've listened to so many things about serial killers. Like, just think about rich psychopaths that get to kill people and do the things they want in secret together.
I don't believe that would like ever. It's very, very, very unlikely that would never surface. Like, people think the media is like so.
But what if it is surfacing? Like, what if it is surfacing?
No, well then that's one thing. If it is surfacing, is versus it has surfaced. You see what I'm saying? Like Jeffrey, we can all agree, right? Was fuckhead.
But it's also like him and Ghislaine are like the tip of an iceberg.
But they just wanted to push this story of like the panic thing. They wanted to make you believe everyone's involved in this big thing to distract you, to get you interested in politics.
But see, even then, that's just like
that's a conspiracy in itself.
But that's a group of people.
Again,
that's just a group of people.
There are no conspiracies.
Yeah. Well, there's a ton of people that's just not even on their radar. You know what I mean?
I suppose, but what I'm saying is like that it would have been public knowledge by now, because people have been claiming what's going on right now for hundreds of years in different ways. They burned witches. They fucking had trials. They like
now you can see this as a modern day witch hunt. Yeah,
they've been doing this for years, and most of the time, we have ended up with no evidence and a lot of damage.
Almost even like the McCarthy trials, dude.
How so? I don't know much about them.
The McCarthy trials was when the Red Scare, when people were ratting their neighbors out for being communists and they were putting people in jail.
So but see, the cancel culture shit is exactly like that. That's ratting your neighbor out when you're supposed to be fighting together.
We nailed it.
We got to a point.
Boom. We nailed.
But it is something that cycles in history, right? That panic of like there's something crazy going on.
Which trials? The McCarthy trials. And now we're like cancel culture.
Yeah. It's very, that's what I was seeing the other day, that rang true. And I was like, it kind of calmed me down a little bit. It was my positive note, because I was like, you know what? Like, there's always going to be bad people, but it's probably not as crazy as my mind can make it. Because my mind can make it all attached and make everything
what's
connected.
fucked up? The McCarthy trials, that was perpetrated by our government. That was our government that was doing that. I don't know
anything about it, so I don't even know what the trials are on.
On people being communists. This is...
okay. Like when Walt Disney sold out his friends for being communists?
The Army McCarthy hearings were a series of hearings held by the United States Senate Subcommittee on Investigations, April to June 1954, to investigate conflicting accusations between the United States Army and U.S. Senator Joseph McCarthy.
So wait, McCarthy was the accuser?
Yeah, during the McCarthy era, this is McCarthyism. Hundreds of Americans were accused of being communists or communist sympathizers. They became the subject of aggressive investigations and questioning before government or private industry panels, committees, and agencies. So if you're...
But again, it's something we have to do. It's like, I understand the idea of it, but it blows up and it's blowing out of proportion.
Well, dude, there are
there's so many things right now that.
But also think about how. So it would not. So they did just recently bust a pretty big sex cult that had celebrities in it.
What
NXIVM?
Sex cult?
NXIVM.
I don't know about that. So that's another one I don't know about.
NXIVM was a sex cult that had Allison Mack in it from fucking Smallville.
What's a sex cult? How is it a cult?
Let's see here. Just bring up the old NXIVM cult.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this. They were just busted?
Yeah, so that's how they spelled it, and it's Keith Raniere. It was also known as Vanguard. Spelled real weird. Yeah.
A multi-level marketing company and cult.
Yep.
Basically, now go there. What?
Well, he would make all the women get his initials branded on them.
So that's just weird. A multi-level marketing company. Oh yeah, and a cult.
Most of them are.
So it was a company that was a cult.
Yeah.
This is an interesting. This is a new age one, because cults used to live out in the woods and shit like that. This was probably like a building in Manhattan or something, where he ran a cult through multi-level, multi-tier, multi-level.
So
and
he's in jail
system.
right now for conspiracy. Keith Allen Raniere, also known as Vanguard, is an American convicted felon and the founder of NXIVM, a multi-level marketing company and cult. Based in Albany, New York.
See,
I don't care about all that.
What was he doing?
So he's basically just like a new age fucking hippie Jesus type.
Well, see, cults exist, I think, in small. That's what I'm saying. It's more like when they do happen. One, it doesn't mean that that it's not proof that others exist.
But they were. They think it's all tied together because they're saying that he knew.
I'm not denying
they were trafficking people. NXIVM was trafficking people.
They were selling people out of online or something.
Yeah, they were like moving people around, and they would they were very culty in the same way that the 12 tribes are conspiracy.
What? But does that mean it's not been proven that he was doing shit?
Allegations of sex slavery and branding. On June 5th, 2017, Frank Parlato was the first to report that there was a secret sorority called DOS, and the women known as slaves were branded with Raniere's initials using a hot cauterizing pin.
And kind of so far, I was going to go ahead and say this. So far, it sounds like 50 Shades of Grey kind of guy. Just a rich guy with a bunch of girlfriends, and he brands them and calls them his slaves.
But they also had to go out and recruit people.
Oh, no, I'm saying go on. Mm-hmm. But I was just giving my, right off the bat, it's kind of hot.
Okay. See, that's what they looked like.
You get what I mean.
That's what the
It
brand
doesn't sound
looked
bad
like.
yet.
You see his initials.
Yeah.
It's
a cool symbol.
Like, I'm into this. I want
girls
that
like
brand
to be branded, and he had a bunch of girlfriends. That's nothing so far as illegal or like.
Except when they started like bringing people in,
well,
and then when people
go into that. So he.
Arrest, trial, and conviction. On January 18th, 2018, a search warrant was issued for Rainier's email account. On February 14th, an agent of the FBI filed a criminal complaint against Rainier with the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of New York. In March 2018, Rainier was arrested by Mexican authorities in a luxury villa outside Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Lauren Salzman later recalled that the arrest interfered with a planned group sex session. Lauren, she was like, damn it!
So what? So
he got arrested and we were about to fuck. We were about to all fuck.
Is that wait? I missed it.
Lauren Salzman later recalled that the arrest interfered with a planned group sex session. When police arrived, she and Rainier barricaded themselves in the master suite, with Rainier attempting to hide in a walk-in closet. Rainier was indicted on a variety of charges related to DOS, including sex trafficking, conspiracy for sex trafficking, and conspiracy to commit forced labor. The indictment alleged that at least one woman was coerced into sex with Rainier, who forced DOS members to undergo the branding ritual alleged by Edmondson and others. United States Attorney Richard Donahue stated that Rainier's created a secret society of women with whom he had sex and had branded with his initials, coercing them with the threat of releasing their highly personal information and taking their assets.
Okay, so he was blackmailing them there. See, this whole time, again, it would have been okay if they were consenting. Yeah. If they were consenting adults, it would have been fine up until now. But no, if he blackmailed them into being his sex slaves, again, I don't know why my mind goes to like, it seemed like a kink at first, and then he took it too far, kind of thing. But
and what we do have
was
here
he ugly?
No, I mean, like I'll show you him in a second. But this is what he was found guilty of on all these charges. So sexual exploitation of a child and possession of child pornography with regard to minor victim Camilla. Sex trafficking of Nicole, attempted sex trafficking of Jay, identity theft against Edgar.
So he sold them off,
Bronfman.
and they were underage.
Yep. Mariana and Pam Caffritz, trafficking for labor and services of Daniela, forced labor of Nicole, conspiracy to alter records for use in an official proceeding, sex trafficking conspiracy, forced labor conspiracy, racketeering conspiracy, and wire fraud conspiracy. So
threw a wire fraud on there. Damn.
So that's what he looked like.
He's not super ugly or handsome.
But that's probably after a little bit of jail time. I'm sure he looked better, when he was more manicured living his best life. It seemed
to me as like, it doesn't seem like he would do that if you could get laid. Like, why would you blackmail girls into fucking you? You could go on the internet. There's BDSM girls that would love to sit in your bottom of your huge like be chained up or what the fuck. I don't know. But he was trying to sell, and the people he was selling were kids. It wasn't like full age.
He was charged with one of them, so there was probably more, but he was charged with
one that was underage.
Yeah,
sex trafficking of children. Okay, so yeah. See again, because if they were of age, you'd just be a pimp, which under some laws would be okay.
Well, no, you'd still get charged with sex trafficking because he's moving people around. He's selling people.
But if you sold someone to someone for an hour, isn't that still sex trafficking? Well,
no, can you
prostitution?
Do you charge pimps of prostitutes with sex trafficking?
That's what I'm wondering. Or is it prostitution?
I'm pretty sure you just get a prostitution charge.
Is sex trafficking prostitution over state lines or some shit? Or is it? Because what do you mean? Right?
Do we need to look at
the new term? Is that just the new term for prostitution?
Well, no, because
sex trafficking. See, to me, it means state lines. Because like drug trafficking is over state lines, right? Mm-hmm. So they're trafficking sex.
Okay. The action or practice of illegally transporting people from one country or area to another for the purpose of sexual exploitation.
See? So it's like drug trafficking.
So you sell a woman to be a prostitute to someone else.
Yeah, or bring a girl from another country and sell them. Yeah,
You're selling a person as if they were a sex doll.
It could be prostitution though too. There's no
I think
definition
it's different.
there.
I think
if you got someone like someone online met someone that was willing to do this. So say it was consensual, and they flew them over, and then prostituted them out. Like say in Vegas, let's just to make it a little easier.
Sex trafficking.
Is that still sex trafficking because it's over borders?
I guess
They don't like transporting the pussy around.
don't do that.
Fuck the local prostitutes.
Leave the pussy where it lies.
It's like we gotta support our local prostitutes.
No, but for real, sex
that what it
trafficking is a
is?
real thing, and it's a pandemic right now. So stop the sex trafficking. Don't be sex trafficking. I know
think
we
they're just
make
saying
jokes, but sex
to keep
trafficking
it
is very
local.
serious.
Well, it's such a vague term though. Now that I see that, it doesn't mean exactly what I thought it meant. Like, because that again could be prostitution with someone consenting. It doesn't imply either one of those things. So
Exploitation does imply it's non-consensual.
legally transporting of sexual exploitation.
Exploitation means it is not consensual.
They could still be exploiting them and then have some agreement, right?
I don't think
You can't
so.
exploit a business partner.
I don't think you can exploit someone who's like, yeah, do this to me. Because at that point,
well, that has some.
you have to be exploiting them. So you have the power.
Look up exploit.
Oh
This
my
is why
God.
we're here. No, you may be right. That may have been the connotation I was looking for in that.
Make full use of and derive benefit from.
See, that doesn't imply anything. Still, it doesn't say anything about them being non-consenting in the definition. But to me, every time I hear sex trafficking, I think of just slaves being sold. Like not people being pimped out.
Yeah.
And not young shit. I'm just saying like that's a very vague term. Like drug trafficking. But for people.
Right. So you're
That's
moving drugs
that's a somewhere
to
bad
be-
t-shirt.
yeah.
Sex trafficking. Like drug trafficking, but for people. That's a horror. Are we just gonna be the horrible shirt guys? The guys who like we get kicked off a bunch of places
for our
for our bad
terrible
ideas.
shirt ideas. Yeah. We could definitely be those people to get fucked off for those kinds of things.
God, you made a bad decision.
Why did I make a bad decision?
On your age of consent one.
Yeah.
Named it, didn't you?
Age of consent.
I
Yeah.
can't believe they passed that.
Yeah,
It's pretty funny.
Why would
it
they let me
almost
do
makes
that?
me think like it almost just makes me think that we should push the issue.
Push the limit on it.
Yeah.
And I've thought about moving us over to threadless.
They seem
I think it's higher
Better
quality
people.
shit. It seems. I shouldn't have gone for the first one.
hit them up and be like, yo, we're thinking about changing.
Over
Give
to
us
your
something.
company. Give us something. we're thinking about leaving TeePublic and coming over to you guys.
Get a sponsor.
We'd love for you to sponsor
Open
us.
up, let me see them sponsors. Drop them out, let me see them sponsors.
Open your legs. Let me see your sponsors.
Oh. See, yours is worse for some reason.
Mine's
Mine's
always
more
worse.
playful.
Mine's always worse. It's fine.
Man.
So I think you need to be open to the idea of there being like a worldwide like underground child trafficking.
But I've been way too open
ring.
to it. I think I'm less open than ever to it.
Yeah.
Because it seems implausible or it seems improbable. You know, like when I use my rational mind,
Right.
it just seems improbable.
So, but I
Doesn't
want to
not
show you
to say
something.
that there's not a lot of fucked up people.
Right.
Like that is not what I mean though. I think you should be open minded to there not being. And if you can be that, then I can be what you're talking about. Right?
Yeah.
You were not listening.
So this is a thing that's happening now.
Where's this from? Popular Mechanics. Good
So-
source, bro.
The Japanese military is now officially tracking UFOs.
Okay. We should have been doing that for years.
But now they're being straight up about it. So Japan's defense minister has unveiled guidelines for Japanese defense personnel that experience UFO sightings.
Oh, he came out and said some shit after we did.
Yeah. The guidelines
You're late.
The guidelines state that the members of the Japan Self-Defense Forces should record any UFOs they observe to the defense ministry, so the defense ministry can study the evidence. The new rules come just a month after the U.S. Department of Defense issued similar protocols.
I have a couple questions for you.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna ask you a few different questions.
Yes.
So if you believe in or if you don't believe in aliens now,
are you
crazy?
In aliens?
Well, because one, they are UFOs. They're still not saying species and shit yet. So like all that they've disclosed is the admission that they don't exactly know where they're from.
They are unidentified flying objects.
So
yes.
yeah. So as of now, they're still not, disclosing a lot.
They're not saying if they are extraterrestrial.
But if people don't, so let's go straight out, starting the right one. So if you don't believe in UFOs now, are you crazy?
I think you have to be very, very, very open to the idea that we are not alone in the universe. I think you have to.
Well, that was a nice way to say it.
I think at this point, I don't think it makes you crazy. I think it makes you close-minded.
No, if you believed in aliens before there was any evidence, does that make you crazy? So say, because publicly, I think the first time would have been like Roswell. They admitted it, like publicly.
For like
a second.
For like a day. Yeah. For a day,
just a second,
then they made them recall it. Yeah.
But again, there's been worthy speculation growing since then.
Right.
There's been at least a little evidence to base a belief off of. So I'll give you that. So before that there was any evidence about it, do you think it's crazy to believe in aliens?
No, because again, I think it's the same
because
thing.
They ended up being right.
No, I think it's I think it's a thing. It's been a belief of mine for a long time that even just throughout the generations and through the years, we've all thought of those same things because I think they're described in religious works.
Yeah, we talk about that.
Because it's just like, I think that they just didn't know what to call it, so they called it angels and demons.
Yeah.
And
no, that's fair. That's fair.
Like and only the flying chariots that were on fire and shit.
And there could have been a lot of writings around that time, and just like the ones that stuck out.
Because all you have is the language of the time. So you didn't have the term alien. You didn't have the term extra dimensional being or pan-dimensional being.
But again, I mean more on a so you're saying it's not, they weren't crazy to believe in something that they had no evidence for because of the possibility.
Well, that and like from old texts and sculptures and
I would still consider
like
that kind of evidence then.
Yeah.
So it's hard to. I mean, but it's more speculation than evidence, though, right?
As to what it actually is.
That's kind of, you could be, okay, so say you believed in aliens before evidence, and you believed in,
do you believe in aliens before evidence?
And believed in Cthulhu.
Mm.
So say, and then years go by, and then aliens are proven right? Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, you're not crazy for believing in aliens. But Cthulhu has never been, he's right here. It's like comes up. He's never been proven in any way and can't be.
Right.
So, are they still crazy for believing in something that never was proven true just because one thing was right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I could see that.
I think it's allowing for paranoia if we let our mind, me personally especially.
Well, dude, can you even imagine what it'll be like? To be able to wrap your head around this other being from another world, like interacting with us. So just to what that would do, that would undo your mind. It would undo your reality.
And what I'm thinking, he may not, is he mean?
Well, no, because the thing is it like,
we read about it as like the great one?
Yeah, because that's they are
the great ones.
They're malevolent. They are not good people. They're not good entities. The great old ones are pretty upset that there's life in the universe.
Okay, so
but
I think there should be a lighter, because in my mind, a being that powerful would have some sort of compassion, right?
Yeah.
But maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah, I think so. Well, that was kind of the point, was that these Lovecraftian horror stories are about, they call it Lovecraftian horror because it's cosmic horror. It is that horror of being so small and insignificant.
I think I'm gonna get into
and things that are just so beyond your understanding. So I think that if aliens are proved to be real, then the Lovecraft stuff might as well be real, because it's still gonna send people into that cosmic horror, because now there is this being that comes from another planet that basically we are fucking.
No, wait, go back. So you're saying but that's what kind of what I was getting to was that believing in your alien thing just because you're right about that doesn't make Cthulhu real. Like,
but I think
it doesn't give
feeling,
that's not evidence for another. They're like they're separate things.
No,
right?
well,
So
I
it's
mean,
just-
like if you want to put a barrier in between there, but I'm talking about what the feeling,
it gives it more plausibility.
I'm talking specifically about the cosmic horror aspect and the cosmic fear aspect of it, because these are beings from another planet. Like we make up that stuff to try to be okay with it, but when it actually happens, I don't know how people are going to react, man. I think people's heads are going to fucking explode, because to be able to know now that like your religion is probably wrong. You know what I mean? Like it undoes people, because people are like, yeah, I could be open to aliens being out there, but when one actually looks at you or like comes down and is on TV for the first
I think
time,
a lot of people could handle alien. It depends on how they look. It can't be a trans-dimensional being that will blow your mind by staring at it, but I think it could be a being from a different planet, as long as it was simple. I think again, like, so if they are about to announce species and shit eventually, like, I wonder if they don't look anything like that, and they kind of allowed us to believe in the grays and the lizards and shit because it was easier to comprehend. They were still humanoid looking things. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So if it was like Cthulhu, some mixed beast, like it would blow our minds and we couldn't handle it. But if they kind of look like us,
But it's
I
something
think we can handle it.
So this is what the Old Testament described angels looked like.
That
Yeah.
that's actually really tight. I think that that says a lot to like what that's interesting. That says a lot to the thought of what a spirit or some kind. It kind of looks like
Dude,
a molecule.
it's very DMT like, dude, with the eyes.
Oh, the eyes all over. They have eyes everywhere.
The eyes all over it, and like the fetus in the
Oh,
middle.
I remember looking because I took some classes on that. Just looking at old religions and shit.
And it's like a gyroscopic
and they did describe
wheel.
it. It was like covered in. It wasn't described the same way as like we've drawn. So maybe again, like these have just been like, oh man, see, it'd be fucked up if everything ever exists. If every idea ever exists.
Well, if you believe in alternate realities, if you believe in that,
But
then
that wouldn't really
or the
affect
infinite
us.
multiverse.
That wouldn't really affect us, though,
Well, no.
right? Unless we learn.
Unless we crossed over.
Yeah. So that one doesn't bother me as much as it bothers some people's heads.
Yeah.
I could totally handle
Because the likelihood
multiverse
that you're
theory.
going to cross
even
over.
though that is still like, they've tried and tried and tried to. It's an unprovable thing, and those are weird to me because like
I thought they proved that there are parallel dimensions because one's moving backwards.
they did prove it in that what is that thing called, the huge
The collider.
the hydrogen collider,
Yeah.
the big one. I can't remember the name. It has some weird name.
CERT.
But I feel like the scientists that work with that did come out and say of the possibilities. I'm not sure if it was proven, but I think they found evidence of it. So again, it wouldn't be a proven thing until it was more worked out.
Yeah.
But it does seem like they've found some more provable evidence.
Dude, I wonder
So
where they meet.
That's pretty crazy if it is.
Because if
true.
one is where time is moving backwards, I wonder where the syncopation is.
That's an odd theory.
I wonder where they meet. I wonder at
And
what
you
point
just
in time.
cross over and just Benjamin Button it.
Ooh, but no, you are technically Benjamin Buttoning. But when is the crossover? Because would it be in the middle of your lifespan, or would it be in the middle of some other dude's lifespan?
Wouldn't it be in the middle of both if they were parallel?
But see, that's the thing, though. Is like, which parallel reality is it? Is it his parallel reality or mine? Because there's
They're both-
infinite.
No,
there's
that's like
infinite for everyone's
co-hosts.
perception.
Wait, is he the host? Am I the co-host, or am I the host and he's the They're co-hosts. They're parallel. They exist at the same time, the same length, right?
I don't know.
And so the middles would be right, and it'd be the same moment going backwards. So it'd basically just be turned around, or like
Weird. That's weird to think
that.
about.
Now that is interesting. The peak moment.
Yeah, where's
Because you're walking this way. So say you're both walking this way, and there's this one meeting moment to where you they meet at the same age. It's the same step.
yeah.
and then one starts getting younger
and one gets
and
older.
gets older.
But does that happen for everyone independently? So does everyone have their own
timelines?
Because if you think about it,
or are we just a bunch of little dots on the timeline?
There would have to be
bunch of
infinite.
waves?
There would have to be infinite timelines for every point of consciousness. So everybody, like you have your own personal.
So it'd be like a
infinite
sitar.
timeline.
A bunch of extra string, you know.
Sure.
So there'd be strings.
Okay, let's listen to your sitar theory.
So life is a guitar.
So now it's a guitar.
That's a beautiful thing. What if we've said that like on the big level, but turtles, elephants,
life is a guitar.
You know, a musical instrument of some sort. I wouldn't say a lute because that's pretentious.
Oh, so the world is just inside.
No, the world is like if you really zoom out, it's an instrument but it'd have to be it's a self-playing instrument.
Yeah.
This is a good one. So if you zoom out far enough, but see, this may be the whole thing we were talking about, the grid on DMT, how like you zoom in and zoom out and you can connect different patterns and make different colors and pretty much see anything.
That's the inside of a guitar, bro. You want to live in
That's
there?
like a house.
Yeah, bro. Let's
I
live
want to
in there.
make a studio. Dude, that has to be our big studio is designed like that.
Okay.
It's the inside of a guitar.
And we just have like a big skylight in the building.
Yeah. I know, man.
Yeah.
I already dream of it.
Dope.
So
Dope.
So now I have a new dream. And yeah,
it's so roomy in there, bro.
I like it. It's like I want to move in.
That's like 3,000 square feet right there.
I like it. And they already got like the padding on the walls to start us out. You know, we can get some more soundproofing.
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be dope.
Got some wood acoustics, wood walls, wood floors. Yeah, bro.
Found it.
So yeah, now I'm distracted as shit. So no, if a lot of people believe about the zooming out and it's a animal. Well, again, what I was saying about the grid, so you could zoom in really close and see a being of some sort, or some sort, just by looking and attaching the grid in ways that make sense to you. But you could zoom out and see something bigger and different, and zoom out, just like the fractal idea of, just like a molecule to universe kind of thing. So my new theory then is there is a level of zooming out somewhere in the fractal. There would be an instrument being played by, well, of course that would happen. No, there's like no way it wouldn't happen. But I've kind of padded this to where it's like, you can't prove me wrong, bro. I'm talking about shit that you can't tell. You can't tell me. But no, I just like to think of the thought. Now I'm just going to dwell on the thought. That's more what it's about. I think it's beautiful that it comes to a point to where like there would be a couple parallel timelines that have been assigned to a certain molecular structure in physics. And it'd be like this certain race of people on this certain planet. And it would be being played like so far away just by like plucking random notes and causing chaos and positive things.
Yeah, it's like when Nero played at the burning of Rome.
And we bow. I don't know. I think it's an interesting to think about. But there is a spot when you're zooming out. Go ahead and try to find the spot to stop to look at the instrument being played and the universe inside of it, because there is a lot of vibration being created. There's a lot of a small little microverse.
What if it's just a fart though? What if it's not an instrument and it's just a fart?
Like as far out as you can. Well, the fractal doesn't end.
Yeah, so like when you get to outside the universe, it's just a fart cloud coming out this dude's prolapsed asshole.
But what about when the fractal
becomes the prolapsed asshole?
So you can always add to the fractal, like the golden ratio. But what about one? What about when it hits one? Is there a negative fractal to as equal to its positive counterpart?
I don't know. What do you think about
and so it goes in as far as it does go out, which is forever.
Yeah.
See
what
that.
What do you think about dark matter?
The
antimatter. The stuff that well, no, like the stuff that makes up the stuff that's not stuff.
Or what if I was going for the pants? This is sexy episode.
My balls.
Dark matter. Oh man, creepy
Toby's
physicist.
Black from the waist down.
That's the creepy physicist you ever seen. He'd use all kinds of stuff. He'd just a couple molecules bouncing on your forehead.
It's so big.
Oh. David gets into character.
Yeah. I got pee.
All right. Shit. This is. Oh, look, they put a little house in that one. I didn't even see that.
That's a good Photoshop job.
Oh, and you gotta have strings over the thing, so it's gotta be. It's gotta be.
You see the kitty cat head outside the
Oh yeah, that's very weird. I like their lights. They got some good lights up. So we gotta have strings up there. It's gotta be Nashville style building, like full guitar shaped building with a guitar shaped pool or bass. Maybe the pool is a bass, and the bathroom's a drum kit. And the sink is the hi-hat. It's gonna be very complicated, and will never be done. It's one of those works in progress, so it'll never finish. Yeah. Thanks for bearing with me through that drink. So yeah, I wanted to get Davey to this point. I want him to come across a little piece, and I wanted to show him. There, it might be okay. And he won't listen. Some people don't like to think that it might be okay. And this motherfucker.
What about this motherfucker?
Pissing me off.
I'm pissing you off. Piss on you.
Oh man, I'm like I'm like a abusive boyfriend that, like, when you leave the room, like, I love her so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was just saying, it's like, I was just trying to bring Davey some peace about this, this idea that things may be okay.
Oh,
on some level,
I don't like that.
And I said he doesn't want to hear that. This motherfucker. And he like,
no, I never want to hear anything like that in my life ever again.
Boring.
Boring.
Peace equals boring.
Boring. There's got to be a crazy secret cabal of child-eating pedophiles. There has to be. Or my life means nothing.
See, that's a bad thing to base your life off of. Believe in Cthulhu, man.
Yeah.
That's something to be. If you want to be afraid of something,
yeah. Be afraid of that motherfucker, the monstrous squid-faced.
you'd laugh at if you were truly afraid of Cthulhu, like on a deep level, which we all are. But if it was more prevalent and more of a possibility of us running into that being soon, I think that you could laugh at everyone's fears. Like people that were like, I'm afraid of getting in a car wreck, or I'm afraid of the government controlling the world, and you'd be like, I'm afraid of fucking Cthulhu
if you
getting
only
me soon.
Fucking knew.
I've been training with a broadsword and magic.
Yeah.
Like, you think you're afraid?
With a broadsword and magic.
So maybe the lesson here is either, if you can, bring a little peace to your life and remind yourself that, like, it may not be as bad as you think it normally isn't. And if you can't do that, be afraid of Cthulhu.
Yeah, man.
Either way, it's going to calm you down.
Yeah. Just whatever can help you sleep at night. That's all the only thing we're ever trying to do is cope with being thrust into existence, everybody. And whatever makes you feel okay, you should do. Except if it's hurting people. Don't hurt people. But other than that, do whatever.
So, it's a beautiful house.
Beautiful house up beside this guitar.
So yeah, that's why I won't get into reading about those Lovecraft shit too deep.
Yeah,
it's because I'm totally the type of person to be like, oh, this could have been. I could attach that with everything that's happened to me.
Yeah,
if I read too much about the details, that's why they say the devil's in the details.
Well, the stories are
where
lot
did that
about
phrase come from? Because I believe that because the details are what makes you believe something and give your life for it.
Yeah,
and like be kind of blindsided to other things. People that don't know all the details are pretty chill.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing of ignorance is bliss.
I
Two
think
sides
it's
of
kind
the
of
same
thing,
coin.
Yeah, I think devil's in the details is the same kind of phrase as ignorance is bliss, I guess. Or is it more like about the detail, like to build something is really hard and the devil's in the hardest parts are the details? Like the devil's in the details?
Okay. Listen here. The devil
Don't
is
tell me listen here. I don't like that.
I wasn't just telling you. I was also
I
telling
don't like
the
the way
listener.
you talk.
I don't give a fuck what you like or don't like.
Shut up.
I go
Just
through
like
my
your wife.
life. I go through my life not giving a fuck.
Oh.
You're a person. I'll talk to you like a person.
Man, Davey hypes up quick these days.
The devil is in the detail is an idiom that refers to a catch or mysterious element hidden in the details, meaning that something might seem simple at first look, but will take more time and effort to complete than expected.
So it's saying the hard part is, yeah.
And derives from the earlier phrase, God is in the detail, expressing the idea. Yeah. So the original phrase was God is in the detail, but they're like devil in the detail. Devil's
yeah,
up
but
in
there's
those
something
details.
weird. Yeah. They're saying there's something special.
There's something up.
Something
you gotta
hard.
read
Something
between the
difficult.
lines. There's something in there. Something in there that you wouldn't expect, nor would you foresee. What are you doing? You sexting? You over there sending dick pics?
Yeah, bro. But what if you looked over and I just had my phone in my pants? I like the dark ones.
Y'all are
up close.
Y'all are into weird stuff.
I smash it up against the thing. You can't even really see it. It's just for me.
Dude, that was hilarious how Joey Diaz was like did not know where his webcam was.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe he was trying to like, maybe his balls were
ready.
kind of tight and he needed to like fluff one. Because you got to fluff your nuts before you put them on cam, guys. All you guys out there with your OnlyFans, fluff your nuts before you put them on cam.
Yeah. What is that? There's
Fluffing
no
your nuts?
fluffing nuts.
You know, sometimes when you're kind of
you
cold.
can loosen the bag.
Yeah, you loosen the bag up. You fluff them. Get them nice and puffy. Your balls are puffy, right? Guys,
I mean,
right? Your
that's
balls
normal,
are puffy?
right? A bunch of lumps.
Yeah, lumpy, red, swollen, hurt like a bitch.
Little sea crabs on there.
They're my friends.
Man, how big can crabs are like microscopic, right?
Yeah.
Can you see them?
I don't know.
Because I feel like people talk about hopping. Devil's in the details, man. Look it
The
up.
devil is in the detail.
Can you see crabs? Can they get big enough for you to see?
Yeah. Putting the VPN on for this one, though.
What? For can you see crabs? What the fuck?
What the fuck, what?
That's the worst thing we've looked up. We've been looking up crazy shit.
But I also put the VPN on for this. I just haven't had it on this time.
What made you switch when I asked? What did I ask about?
Oh, you wanted to see crabs. See
Yeah,
if they
what-
were microscopic or not. So the
Oh yeah, they're microscopic.
crab like ooh, you can see them. Ooh.
You see little dots or something? Looks like they are big.
There they are.
Get that shit away from me.
You don't want to look at that? You don't want to look at that stuff?
Go ahead and show the world, bro.
Oh, the world want to see these pubic lice?
I can't look at it.
Oh,
It's pretty gross.
there's a little guy. And no, you can totally see them if they're there. Oh, I love this one though. Pubic lice, crabs. I love that it's cartoon.
Oh.
Look at them. The people are kissing and they look stoked. They're like, yeah. And you know she's the one that's
so they
got
both
them.
no, they both do. Look, there's two different species of crabs about to meet, and they're excited.
Oh yeah, okay.
So they're just that's cool. They both got crabs.
Oh, and this is the awkward conversation afterwards.
I got crabs.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, you do too.
Hey, I got something to tell you. And yeah, I feel so bad for you. Well, you shouldn't.
You might want to get yourself checked. What?
You might want to really relate to me right now.
What you got, bro?
Really depends.
What? I thought you said you had something. Or were you making a joke?
I had something in my mind somewhere.
All right. Well, where's it at, bro? Whip it out. Whip that big brain out, boy.
All right.
Fluff them brains before you put them on cam.
Yeah, you're talking about fluffing balls, which you can't really do. And then we're talking about
Which you can't
crabs.
really do.
Just summing up.
Yeah. So
I forget. Oh well, no. We still wanted to talk about the pigs, right?
Oh, in a second.
What? Oh man, are you gonna try to start grossing me out on this show?
I guess.
You did that. Like, I don't like a lot of the pictures you show me.
Yeah.
Because you showed me, what was the one? Like, show me either some disease or someone opened up.
Yeah,
or
we saw like degloving. I showed you
Oh, yeah,
somebody
that
being
was fucked
gloved.
up.
Yeah.
You showed me the brain, which I didn't like.
Yeah.
That one was just for me. I'm sure everyone else can look at a brain, but
There you go. There's some throat gonorrhea.
okay.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
It's like moldy, dude, bro. Oh, that's moldy as shit.
It's rough. Yeah.
No, dude, I don't like this.
Toby. Yeah, bro. And you get discharge. Look at the discharge, Toby. Yeah, dude, it's rough. This is not good. Oh, that put a hole in the roof of his mouth. That's bad.
Oral STDs are bad, man.
Yeah, dude, not good.
Wear a dental dam. Is that those things are fucking stupid.
Y'all motherfuckers get a dental dam.
Well, just, I mean, the thing to say would be honest with your partner, right?
Yeah.
Because this shit could be managed and avoided, but because those dental dams are stupid. They go over your mouth.
Yeah.
And you just look like you're wearing a mask.
That's syphilis. Shit'll rot your brain.
Too. Yeah, that's where that one's really bad. You like this stuff?
What do you mean, do I like this stuff? No, I don't like this stuff, Toby. But you need to see what can happen if you don't wash your shit. You don't.
Ugh.
Come on, man. You don't need
looks
that
painful.
shit. Yeah,
Honestly,
dude.
looks painful.
It's gross as fuck. It'll fuck you up for life.
This is why you put the VPN on. You're like, I don't want the government knowing how many dicks I see. Let's show some dicks on YouTube.
No, we cannot show dicks on YouTube. Off. No, I can just, I just
you
make
see
you
angels.
You can look at angels.
See dicks?
No, you can look at biblical descriptions of angels, but
which are way more mind blowing than a stupid monkey dick. You
stupid monkey dick.
It's just some animal dick. Why can you show animal dicks? Can't show human dicks.
I don't know if you can show animal dicks. I
think on Animal Planet and shit? You don't think they're?
I'm talking
dicks
about
out?
on YouTube, dog.
Well, I'm just saying those are completely okay, even if they're swinging.
Even if they're swinging,
I don't know.
Swinging animal dick is not okay. On YouTube?
That's nature.
That's nature, though.
But nature stops at human because we're not. They're saying we're not natural. There's something alien about us. Maybe they're implying something. But like, yo, your shit looks weird.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a normal animal piece you got. That's pretty cool drawing.
Yeah, dude. These and that one.
Oh, a bunch of wings.
Wings with eyes.
They wouldn't need much else, I guess. Some dimensional. Oh, they wouldn't even need wings. I don't know what, were the wings just a show off thing?
I don't know.
Why would beings that could, they're like the idea of them are what? Are transdimensional, right?
God was just trying stuff out.
He was fancy.
Yeah, he was just trying stuff out. He didn't know, so he was like, fuck it, like some wings and some wheels and shit. Wheels with eyes on them and stuff.
Now, see, that would be cool. Those are like the first trials.
Yeah.
Those are the...
what's going to work here? Like, yeah, look at that shit. That's just...
See, that makes more sense to me. I wouldn't call it a being, but like...
Would you call it an entity?
No.
What would you call it? What the fuck? I call it an angel.
No, there's no word. Once you put a word on it,
the Lord's chosen folk.
You ruin it once you name it. Everybody knows that.
So there are different angels, I guess. So they're like, which ones were the archangels? Were the archangels the ones that were the wheels, or were they the ones with the wings and
wheels
eyes?
Are cool.
Crazy.
It's some crazy old shit. No one's seen any of this.
That's fine. I mean, it's
well, they didn't see the dicks. They don't get to see the angels. We're withholding.
Yeah. Just wanted to show Toby a little syphilitic dick so he knows that to wrap it before he taps it.
And little angels to remember how
To remember the Lord.
remember
Keep the Lord in your heart. Those are cool. I like
that's some
those.
intense shit.
Yeah, to see that
Show 'em
coming down.
something,
Being
dude.
like, Ezra, you must kill your firstborn daughter to appease the Lord.
Show them that one at least.
What?
Oh,
Don't you even worry about that.
no, that's good. I just want to see.
You get to see it.
Oh,
Large and more detail.
yeah. It kind of stands like a bird. Its wings on the bottom are kind of legs.
Leggish. Yeah, I don't think it ever gets low enough to the ground, but it's very owl-like.
Yeah,
Getting some owl vibes.
a lot of feathers. But why would they need feathers?
I don't know. It might be one of those things to make you feel more comfortable. It's like, I have chosen
Is
a
this
form
what
that
they
will
look
please
like?
you.
Yeah, and you're like, no, you haven't.
You're scaring the dog shit out of me right now. Would you prefer if I took the form of dog shit?
Dude, would you rather be talked to by dog shit or that? Because
I'm
That's
leaning
hard to
towards
look
dog
at.
shit. Yeah. Anything but this. This is just insane.
man, I'd be too distracted to listen to anything.
Can you turn down the harps in the background? Can you turn down the ominous? Oh, can you turn that down? It's really hard to understand.
Who's
you.
on the synth out here?
Yeah. You guys are
Bro,
killing
you
it.
looking for
by the
somebody?
way.
I love ominous tones. It's like what I do.
Bro, is it cool if I can just chill with you for a little bit and just kind of look
Bro.
at your rig and just kind of...
Yeah. Just get a couple tips from you, you know? I'll bring the booze.
Oh, you have booze?
Oh.
Come on, brother.
Like they don't have mouths though, so that would be just in
It's
your mind.
being projected into your brain directly, yeah. Yep. Yeah, so
we don't know. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's out there. I think that you should always be curious and questioning,
Yep.
but don't get carried away and find a little peace in knowing that shit is kind of boring.
Yeah, when it comes down to what you think is going to happen after you die, maybe play that close to the chest. You know, don't live or die by what you think happens that way. Just treat people the way you want to be treated, and hopefully that's good. Hopefully you don't want to be treated like shit.
Oh, so what about that? So like,
There are people out there who like
treat
to be
people
degraded.
like you want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
So some like masochistic person hurting someone
Yeah.
would be moral in some way. They'd be living by the golden rule.
But you also teach people how you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying?
By showing them.
Well, yeah, exactly. So in every interaction
But that
you
could
have,
be good and
yeah,
bad.
it can be good and bad. But also, you know, you can let people know what you're not into. So if someone who's like, I'm really into hurting people and causing pain,
They're like, I don't like that.
I'm
Okay,
not
fine.
into that. Okay, I guess I need to find
Next.
somebody else. Yeah, get out of my face, whore.
Sorry, that's just how
Sorry.
I'm living by the golden rule. So is that dude like, I don't know. Does that kind of break morality in a weird way though? Because if someone truly does want to be treated like shit and they treat someone else like that, they have not broken a rule, not broken an ancient rule or whatever.
It's true. You have not broken the golden rule. If you are literally treating someone the way you want to be treated, but it was do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So if you would like someone to shit on your face, I
And you
guess
shit
you
on
need to start
someone's
shitting
face.
someone's face.
And they're like, what the fuck? I'm calling the police. I'm a Christian.
I didn't know you weren't into that. You didn't let me know.
I don't know. That is a weird loophole.
Yep. I'm living my best
So
life out
you
here.
can't truly
Trying to take shits on people's faces.
I don't think it's fair because the people that do want to be treated like shit, they're the only people who can't follow that rule.
Yeah.
It's illegal.
That's illegal, man.
I don't know. I try to feel sorry for the crazy people out there.
But sometimes there's no feeling sorry for them. Sometimes people are beyond reproach. You know?
Yes. Every group, even fucked up groups, like there's something to feel sorry for, or
You mean in the sense
even
that
relate
like
to in a
people
way,
get
you
in
know?
over their head and can't really get out of something?
even that.
or-
That's that would be one to where like a really fucked up group that was doing a bunch of bad things, like there would still be the part of like, oh fuck, like people grow up in that shit, and we probably weren't like that before. Like there's still something in it.
Well, that's that thing that I keep saying. Like, unfortunately, even if you like, you don't have to like it, but everybody has redeeming qualities.
Yeah,
everybody
redeeming qualities. So you think everyone? I don't think everyone can recover, but yes, redeeming qualities was the right word, because I don't think that everyone is capable of rehabilitation. As far if we're talking about pedophiles and shit, like there's some that are too far gone. I would believe in some of them having help.
Well, see, that's what I say. I see the distinction as doing something physical. So, like, once you pass the physical boundary, you've gone too far.
Yes, and I think there might always be a chance of it, but again, it's like a murder thing. Like they think you have more likelihood to recover from one murder than 10. There still is a rate, but it goes down drastically once it's acted on. Because like you could be a psychopath in therapy talking about murdering people and hold it together, like Tom Segura.
Yep.
But yeah, but once the first time they act, they're considered dangerous to. Well, I mean, even at a certain point in talking about it, they're considered dangerous to society and themselves. But yeah, definitely the act is what makes it. Yeah, sad. Do you ever have those murderous thoughts a lot? Because you listen to a lot of true crime shit and like.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's necessarily I feel like I want to have the murderous thought, but like after watching all that stuff, it's like but it's also helped with any kind of anger issues, because like I'm not gonna ever get to that point, so
let it out in that thought.
Yeah, so it's and I do think a lot about how I would get rid of bodies though.
Yeah,
I do think.
What's
about
an example of a spontaneous one that comes up? Like, is it more random or is it plotted or like?
Oh, as far as like a murder goes, if I was gonna do a murder,
a fantasy, no, like the fantasy thing in your head that comes up, like you're like,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say. You know what I'm talking. Everyone knows what I'm talking about in a sense. Like, maybe I'm selling myself. No, how's it when you have those thought? Okay, so we talked about before about like the running off the road impulse. When you have one of those random impulses, but they're murderous in some way, like where does it come from? Is it random people to get aggression out?
Oh yeah,
or is it to like live out heroic things, or is it to maybe possibly a vengeance thing, or something? Or
you ever wanted to slit somebody's throat?
I mean, I've had all of those, everyone above that I just named, of course.
So like walk up and shoot a stranger in the head, walk up, slit a throat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course. I was fantasized about the throat slitting thing just from like mob movies. Probably. It's like it just seemed like such a
or like old school with a garrote fucking piano wire.
Yeah.
Around the neck.
And just choke them out.
Or no, the piano wire, if you pull hard enough, it's gonna slit it. It's gonna cut it.
Yeah. You can get down to the bone at least. Yeah. And see what the move is to grab it, put your foot on their back, push them toward the ground. You can chop that head right off.
Yeah, you can get it through there.
Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. Those fantasies, like, I mean, I don't know what a therapist would say about, because they are impulses are healthy to just live, like, not dwell on. Like, they're natural, so it's just, you kind of let them go when you have them.
Oh, to like beat a skull in? Too, or like beat someone's head into something.
Well, I'm just talking about the fantasy of it, especially.
I'm telling you about fantasies.
Okay. And well, if you're dwelling on it, if you're like, it gets to a point to
claw
maybe
end of a hammer.
Weirdly, that's one that I don't think I could do. A claw into a head.
The claw into the head. Thunk.
That one's pretty crazy.
It sticks, so you gotta like shake their head around a little bit.
I wouldn't be good at dismembering. I'd probably use some solution, some acid, and
you still have to dismember the body so it can dissolve easier.
Now, if you have a big enough vat,
I mean, you can do that, but then you're running
enough.
I mean, you're running the risk. You're running the risk if you're keeping all those body parts together, man.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I wouldn't be good at the dismembering part.
Would you get rid of the hands and the head? Getting rid of the hands and the head are the most important thing you can do. You got to get rid of those teeth, and you got to get rid of those fingers.
Yeah,
those fingies.
But not with acid. I mean,
They're
it takes
even
the
doing
job
palm
for
prints
you.
now, so you might as well just
I'm
take
sure
the whole
there's
hand.
an acid that can even get teeth, though. I know we can get the fingerprints gone, but I don't know. I'm just not. I couldn't do the chainsaw thing.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Dude,
Like the
Ivy
splatter?
got me. Ivy had one of the best ones. She's like, you can get rid of an entire body in your kitchen. She's like, if you've got a good garbage disposal.
Sounds like the beginning of a how-to video.
Well, no,
You
she's
get a
like-
body with things you have in your house.
For real, like if you have a good enough garbage disposal, you take you de meat, like you
Oh, that would take
debone
forever.
all the meat and you chunk it and put it down
No,
the
see,
garbage
I
disposal.
would trust the guy that throws it in acid way before I'd trust the guy who got rid of it through the sink.
But then with the bones, you boil them. You
Get
boil
'em
the
soft.
bones, get them soft, crush them up, gone.
Yeah. This
The
is
whole
a
thing is gone.
elaborate
Yeah.
thing, though. This is
But no,
man,
at
see, I
that
don't
point,
have
you can
any
get
to
rid
do
of a
that.
body, but without leaving your house, as long as you had a good enough
Without
garbage
leaving the house.
disposal, a good enough garbage disposal,
Yeah.
and like you really ran, like you ran
You
the
have to
water for
clean it
a
out.
day, ran the water for a full
Bleach
day.
down there, all
Well,
kinds
even
of
then,
stuff.
bleach doesn't always get rid of. They can get past that now. They can test.
So they test
You'd have
your
to do
garbage
like
disposal, or you'd have to like burn it in an incinerator.
well,
or
you
some
throw
shit.
Drano down it.
pipes,
You
though?
throw. That's what I'm saying. You-
Pipes are gonna have shit in it. I don't like that.
And but see, that's the thing though, is that you if no one would suspect you of it, it's fine. You'd be able to get away with it because no one would know that you murdered someone. But if it's someone close to you, that's why you never murder anyone close to you. Never murder someone you know, guys.
Those are like the only people that
You would want to
get
murder,
you
right?
to feel like they
Yeah,
should
right.
murder them.
I know it's crazy. It's like a
Strangers don't
catch
piss you
22.
off like
Yeah. But that's why serial killers who don't kill people they know get
Get
away
away,
with
yeah.
it for so much longer is because there's no attachment to those people. They just had an
That's
impulse
the
to
fucked
kill.
up part about it.
And they acted on it. They didn't take it out on the people they knew. They took it out on strangers because it was easier to
Are
get
they
away
worse because they're more heartless than the passion killer? Or are they less heartless because the passion killer killed someone they loved?
with. No, the other ones are definitely more heartless.
But they weren't harming people that they loved. You could give them that they were living out dark impulses rather than
But they're
destroying a loved one.
right, but they're still murdering someone's loved one.
Yeah, it'd be easier to be detached from them.
Right.
Is what I'm saying. It seems more heartless to kill someone you know, like because to see their face and
But
like
a crime of passion
seems worse.
immediately just
the
invokes.
crime of passion would be more quickly. Yeah,
But it
kinda
invokes
impulsive.
emotion. It would be all on emotion and
Yeah.
impulse, and it wouldn't be because you were heartless. It would be because you got so much heart. I love you so much. I love you so much.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. Is that real love?
Yes.
No, I don't know about that. See, real
If
love
that
would be
ain't
letting
love,
them
then I don't
go
know
and then
what
killing
love
a
is.
stranger. Right? If you really love them, you'd let them go and kill a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean.
Some people don't know how to work through their emotions and hold that shit off until they can go murder a hobo down by the train yard.
I mean, if you really love them, you don't want them dead. Shit.
Yeah, man, get out there, kill yourself a hobo.
Hey,
Ain't got
man.
no family.
No, I ain't trying to do that.
We don't encourage you guys to go murder. Don't go murder. Don't really go murder. This is a comedy podcast.
No, yeah, we're getting to the point we're gonna have
Disclaimers
Yeah,
again.
disclaimer. Hey, murder's a real thing. We get real serious. This is a little side shoot of us.
I don't
in
know if
different
you guys
clothes.
know this or not, but people are murdered every day,
every week. Or no, say
every
something. Yeah.
month.
People are
Every year.
murdered biannually, at least.
At most, what? Every 3 days?
At most, what? Now?
Now? Now? Now?
But yeah,
That's crazy to
show
think
me the
about.
pigs.
Oh, shows you these psychic pigs.
Family fraud.
So,
Family Freud.
what am I looking up?
By Family Freud. Wouldn't that be a fucked up show?
That's a funny band name.
Yeah. Family Freud.
Or Freud family.
That one doesn't hit as hard.
His family Freud.
Because Family Feud.
Yeah. Okay. So Elon Musk pig.
This is like, these are 10 reasons why he's a pig.
Unveils pig with chip in its brain.
Got a video.
You want to watch the video?
Let's watch that shit. Come at us, Elon. Well, they show it with the it's getting all its signals from every time its nose touches something. You can see its brain activity.
Huh. What the fuck?
Just one of those YouTubes, I suppose.
Alrighty.
YouTube on YouTube, watching YouTube.
We can all afford. From make-believe made for everyone.
Shut the fuck up, Target.
Makes you feel like YouTube owns
On
you.
August 28th, 2020, Elon Musk hosted a live stream with updates on his company Neuralink's progress.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need no sound. I mean,
We'll
you
still
would
get
want to know
flagged
what
for
they're
the
talking
video.
about. Yeah. Oh, that one looked painful. That one didn't look real.
3,072 channels. Oh shit!
Just
Talking
peel
about.
back the skull.
Oh my god,
Just
guys!
drop it in. They're ready to put the Neuralink in people. But this is the first one that they've used publicly.
What exactly is it doing?
It's sending electrical pulses, right?
Gotcha.
Through different parts of your mind.
But what does it do for you? Can it put
He's saying you don't remember
information in
that?
your head? Or
do you remember the second time he came on?
so is he?
Joe
I
Rogan?
never watched it.
On that one, he was explaining, dude, he's like, I can cure happiness, I can cure sadness, depression, I can fix neurological disorders, spinal disorders, autism. So it's basically like he can just stimulate the part of the mind.
But see,
that,
like I don't.
affects these different things in us and fix them neurologically.
That literally changes the world. That puts everybody on a level playing field, and I don't know if the world can handle that.
Now let me see. What do you mean about that? Like, you don't
If
think
you can,
people?
if you can quote unquote fix people,
and there's no competition. You
there's
think
no
you'll lose?
competition because there's nothing outside the
But
realm of
competition isn't
anyone
good
else.
for people that are destined to fail.
But what you
would
can
be
do,
the argument,
but there's no
right?
one destined to fail anymore because you can just stimulate that part of
No,
your
I'm
brain until
saying-
you're smart enough to handle shit.
That's what I'm saying. But the competition right now isn't fair to people that are born with disabilities and that have disadvantages.
Right.
The people that don't. So what's wrong with leveling the playing
But then
field?
are you not like you're not allowing evolution to take its natural course?
That's an argument. Yeah, I get it. But I don't
Because
know. I see both sides of it.
people
Like,
born with disabilities are either the next step in evolution because they're mutations or they are weaker parts of the gene pool that need to be bred out.
okay.
It's right?
So by giving
By putting this
I don't know.
chip,
So what would worst case scenario if everyone on the planet was equal, had the possibility to have the exact same advantages as anyone, physically, financially, everything. Would there be? I mean, capitalism couldn't exist. There'd be no use for. There'd be no incentive to work hard or do anything if we could.
because you're
have
just
the same
smart as shit
advantages.
now.
You can pick how tall and strong and healthy your kid is, and
Yep.
like, so it'd be just like it'd be like some evolved alien race where, like, again, it's kind of working towards the master race or whatever.
Yep.
So it'd be some kind of alien type.
Well, immediately
race,
it turns you into a cyborg. Immediately you become something more than human. You're not a human being anymore. You're a cyborg.
Well, we're still considered cyborgs because of our phones. Like, that's
get
still under that was his thing. Is like you're already so attached and get all your information and rely on completely
Yeah.
something you don't let leave your body or you have a panic attack. Like you're already cyborg. It's just like the watch is the next level of that.
Yeah.
And the chip is the next level of that, where you can throw your phone and throw the watch and dig the chip out. Keeps you a little human, you know. In the mind, like we talked about before, putting it places to where you can't dig it out or it kills you. Remember having that conversation?
Yeah.
Because in the arm, you can at least dig it out and run.
Yep.
If just in case. I mean, why would you need to run? It's not because you did something bad. If something bad happened to the people that control it, or so, you know. And so in your mind, though, is one place I would say that like would kind of be a trap, because if they did want to do something nefarious with it, then you can't dig it out without going to the people that put it in.
So do you think
which is weird,
Elon is altruistic? Do you think Elon is out to help people? Do you think he's out to do the best thing? Is he trying?
I don't know.
Is he trying to do the best thing, or is he a fucking supervillain? He's either a superhero or a supervillain. He's either trying to save the world or he's trying to enslave the world. Which one do you think it is?
I think that he's so
because if you put this in people's brains, he wants to put it in people's brains. He wants people to have this.
Now, my theory would be that he's so intelligent that he can't really communicate with society properly. He has some little quirks and weird things, but I think he's intelligent enough to see that this is the next step in evolution and that this is where things are headed. I think he's going to present it as one of the best ideas. And you could have conspiracies around, would he just do that to hide some conspiracy? I think it's more like he knows this is going to happen. He knows it can help humanity in a lot of ways, so why not do it? Even if the powers that be get a hold of it eventually, it's the same thing that happened with the bow and arrow, right?
But you can literally control people's bodies. You then have
I mean, it's just like spreading manipulation tactics in the 1600s, right?
But it's
in a way,
you literally can. You might be able to remotely control human beings and make them do whatever you want.
I don't think it'd be as much as actual control as it'd be like
manipulation,
stimulating parts of your mind that would lead you to a thought or something, you know. But again, that's no matter, every technology is used for evil. How can you prevent that? Does that mean we have to stop making technology?
No, I understand what you're saying.
We have to progress, and it's gonna happen regardless. So for him speeding us up as a human race, I applaud, even if we already know that it's going to be used by Verizon to fucking implant thoughts in your mind to fucking buy more fucking phones and shit. We already know that's going to be used for that eventually, but thank him for advancing our race, dude. Like, he really pushed us ahead quite a few years in a lot of areas that we just weren't, we didn't think we were ready for.
A lot of his stuff isn't really implemented yet. We're still working on implementing his stuff. Like, we should all be driving Teslas.
But he's one. But he's one of those people that definitely like goes down history as like advancing our race a little quicker than we were without him. In a way, it could have been someone else.
I guess he's still trying to make money right now, which, like, the Teslas should be dirt cheap if everybody needs to be driving them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's something he's working on. Right, he wants them to be the best as possible, and eventually they'll be like fucking Hyundais. That's what his plan is to make them dirt cheap eventually.
Well, no, they should be like $1,000, right? At most.
Eventually, how could you do that and get away with the quality of machine he's making though? Like, you can't do that right now. You can't. He can't build them for $1,000. So how would he sell them for? He'd have to do some illegal shit and work with do a lot of outsourcing and shit to even get close to that, which he may already started to do just to try to do that. But
do you know how much it actually costs?
No, I don't. But all of the planning and engineering, and they're not crazy.
No, what I'm saying is like, that's what I'm saying. So I just don't know if I trust the person who is not willing to.
How much?
If the person thinks they're here,
$35,000 one that like combats new Nissans and shit. Like, I think they're at that level now. I think they have an economy version that's like $35,000. Which are like new Nissan Maximas and shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think they are getting there to where they're like, I mean, he's not the one fucking over the financing companies and the car companies combating him or what's fucking you up, right? Because like he has to make a certain amount off of it, and they're the ones who are outsourcing and cutting corners and doing things like that, probably more than his team. I don't know, but I would assume. And so they make the market. So I don't see how he could come in there and throw a grand car at you that was better than you've ever seen.
All I'm saying is that
he probably get killed.
No, what it is that he needs to. But that's what I'm saying is that there's no one who's truly altruistic. There's no one who's here to save us. There's no one who is
that
here
will never exist. Stop believing in it. Yeah.
I'm saying,
behind you fully.
Yeah, it's just I don't know where his intentions really are.
What's that Nickelback song? It'd take a hero to save us.
Okay, yeah.
But it's
not gonna stand here and wait.
Not gonna stand here and wait. Spider-Man.
Yep.
So
I'll hold on to the wings of an eagle.
Angels.
Watch as they all fly away.
See what he's talking about. What Chad Kroger is really getting at there. Is that his name? Chad Kroger or Kroger?
Kroger.
It's spelled weird, isn't it? I feel like it's spelled weird. But that's what he's saying. Just listen to the ancient words of Nickelback. Those will become ancient texts.
I'll hold on to the wings of an eagle.
They're like, this is poetry.
It
this
cannot
is pure
fly
poetry.
if you're holding on to the wings of the eagle.
Not if it's an angel, all-eyed being. Who knows who he's holding on to?
You're right.
The world needs a hero to say, and like they don't exist.
But if I'm just saying,
but there are people. But again, how could you not consider him a hero? Because like he would be put down as a sort of Jesus of our time because of how far he advanced the human race while he was alive.
We'll see.
In a way,
we'll see.
Already
he's
been a hero.
I mean,
like I haven't seen anyone advance us as much as him in a long time. We need more people like that, right?
For sure. What worries me is that it's just him.
Why would it matter his intentions even? What if he was fucked up? How much he's advanced the human race? He's still a hero. There's still Columbus Day, even though Columbus is fuck shit. Yeah. There shouldn't be, and we should take that away, of course.
Right.
But in the same, that's the worst it could be. And he's still advanced us a long way more than a lot of other people have tried to. So, I mean, that's a give and take. If he is fucked up.
I'm really just trying to have a conversation. I understand that you think he's a great guy.
I didn't say that. I don't believe that.
Whatever, man. I'm just asking you which one it is, and you're like yelling at me about it being one way when I'm just like, I'm asking you what you think is like.
That's what I think. I think that no matter what.
Because you're just like, hey, we should applaud him for advancing us. And I'm like, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is like I think it does matter his intentions behind it, because people are going to like have their heads cut open and something placed onto their brain.
So imagine your actual hero, the made up one that has only good intentions and makes this thing. And then 2 weeks into it, the government copy his technology and use it for evil. Is he an evil guy for doing that? For making a new technology? Well, in that case.
Yeah.
This is a hypothetical. In that case, he's not an evil man because he had good intentions,
right?
Right.
They hijacked his thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So in this case, if you were saying he has bad intentions, but he creates something that can also be very good, that's his accident, is the very good. I still say that it was a necessary thing, right? Because of how much it helped and how much it could do for society. It's like, what is the alternate version? Someone more evil creating it because we're almost there as a human race? Yeah. Like, that's I don't know. Our alternate isn't some hero to save us coming up and being like, I got all that new physics shit. I'm the guy, and I'm a loving, caring person, never did anything wrong. That guy doesn't exist. And that's the closest thing we got to it. And if he's evil, he still did good. Well, so okay, so I'm gonna be real weird.
Great.
What if some old miracles? I say miracles.
Sure you do.
I bird it out sometimes.
Yep.
He's such a piece of shit. It's your facial expressions. No, what if a lot of miracles in the past have been perceived the same way. If someone was to do something very radical, it would always affect the flow of things negatively in some way. So even the best of things, name the best thing that's ever happened, or 10, or 1, or any. Name one great thing that you think is just positive. Like,
well, I don't know. I believe in the duality of the universe, so I think everything has its yin and yang.
okay.
So everything's
yeah.
got its light and dark. Everything's
So we
got
agree.
shades to it. My thing is like this almost just takes it a step farther, because we've never. I understand the cell phone thing. I understand that we're already technically cyborgs, but then to have it actually fully interface with your consciousness.
I don't think it would. Yeah, I don't think we've gotten to that point.
Well, he said that he can stimulate feelings. He can
That's
change
just-
neural pathways.
Yeah,
and
that's just stimulating. That's just sending electric signal, whatever. I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. You know, that's just stimulating the brain. That's not the consciousness.
right. So, but what is the interface? So, like, do you get to control it?
Feelings
Is it
come
like
from the brain,
do you
not the
get your,
consciousness,
Do you
right?
get your own like device that comes with it, so you get to control it, or is it something that he
I
controls?
don't know. People become addicts. The way he was presenting it was to fix certain problems. So you would get like treatment. If you had something wrong, you would go in and get treatment, like in a center, right? And they would stimulate this part of your mind and would help, just like a drug. It'd be like going and getting prescriptions that work for a while, and then you have to go back and get them adjusted, and then take more of this, less of this, and this seems to help. You know, it would be working out the same way. This is what we've used for people that have your problem. Does this help? Come back in a few days. Now I've been feeling really bad and weird. It's like, no, we need to adjust the frequencies of it, things like that. I would see it as more of a medicine that's just through. It's shock therapy in a weird way. It's like really precise shock therapy. I wouldn't say shock.
But
The
like
shock therapy was inhumane, and it wasn't necessarily like, I wouldn't compare that, but there was a lot of radical things that it could help, and it's just kind of one of those like accepting that this is the next step, and like there's gonna be a lot of bad that comes from the next step, and it could come from a lot of places, but there will also be a lot of helpful shit to our race.
Makes me think of that Upgrade movie where dudes are like putting like fucking guns
Let
in
me
their
pee real
arms. Do you want to call it? We're at like
You want to?
2.5 hours.
All right.
All right. They said that a hero could save us. We're not going to
we-
stand
we
here and
do
wait.
Abrupt. We get really deep, and then we do abrupt endings. That's what we do.
Yeah. Well, we love you guys very much. Get at us on all the social medias.
Hit us up.
Pretty please put our playlist of podcasts on in the background on a different browser tab. And put it on mute and just let all
Or
of our
just listen to
podcasts
it,
play. I don't care if you listen to it or not. Just put them on and let them play, because we need the hours so we can get verified by YouTube and start making a little bit of ad money. Need that ad money. So we love you. At Cushing Proudly, at Davey Kalish. We'll see you next week. Bye. Yeah.